Today is March 6th, Board of Assessment Appeals. This is appeal number 33. 155 Cobblers Hill Road, Karen and Robert Walvogel. Karen is here on behalf of the, let's see. They're appealing the town value of $1,989,900 and would like a value of $1,800,000. The time is 11:40.
It's 9:35.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. Oh, that's what, sorry, my mistake. That was the old one. It's 9:45. I don't know what time.
Yeah,
35. I don't know what time it is.
That's right.
Okay. No, that's good because we have to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody else is here. Okay. All right. So now I'll swear you in. If you could raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give regarding this appeal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. You sign here. Okay. That was the easy part. Okay, I'll take that. Keep the pen. All right. So, let's see what we have here. Okay. So now, all you have to do is tell me why you believe that your property is not worth what the town has appraised it at.
Okay. So I sent you guys some comps.
Yep. I have your note here.
Apple and Stonewall, so you know
I read that. Yep. I read what.
We do have a bit of conservation on the yard. The yard is sloping. I've noticed in this year's assessment that it was the land that was going up a lot.
Yeah.
But no matter, I felt like our taxes went up too high. Our taxes went up 90%. Our street, by and large, went up 90%, which I felt like was tough for our street. I looked at what I felt like was a like street, which was Verna Field.
Yep.
And you'll bear with me because I think I just was able to send you a text, but I had all the documents, Paulette, but my granddaughter's sleeping in my closet. We have all these people for baptism, and I couldn't get in there, so I had this nice spreadsheet. But just to tell you that Verna Field, of the 6 homes there, their taxes went up 68% on average. On Cobblers Hill, our taxes went up 84% on average. My taxes went up 90%.
Wow, okay.
In terms of updates on my house, I have done some updates. The most recent was the kitchen, which is on town record. That was done in 2022. And we did a sun porch, which the sun porch was there, but we made it more all-purpose. It's not really four-season, but we made it more of a usable room. The bathrooms, I have a permit for a bathroom because it was an expansion in 2007, so that's almost 20 years old. The other bathrooms, on average, are about 10 years old.
Okay.
So there's not really new bathrooms. The kitchen is 4 years old. But, again, I don't understand why I would go up that much. And truthfully, I think our whole street got penalized.
Yeah, a lot of people from your street are coming in.
I wouldn't.
Matt Leahy was here.
Oh, okay. You know, it's interesting. So Matt should be here. I'm sure John and Evie will come in. He's John Angel of Commercial Real Estate.
Oh, yeah.
He will be in here, I'm sure. I don't know who else on the street. I didn't really, go. I didn't do that because I didn't feel like I wanted to get a posse in here. I just decided I'd fight my own cause.
Do you know who lives in the house next door to Matt?
The Pritchards.
Oh, okay.
Mindy and David Pritchard. Yeah.
Okay.
Are they coming in?
No, I just wondered because the woman who used to own that house years ago was a realtor.
Yeah.
That worked with us.
Susie Hagen.
Susie Hagen, yeah.
I
know, that was so sad.
Yeah, she lived they moved to New Mexico.
Yes.
And crazy story. What was her husband's name?
He had an odd name. Yeah.
He also passed. But
I didn't know that.
He did.
Hi, Paulette.
Hey, Greg.
His fence in New Mexico, they shared a fence with my old boss when I worked at Procter.
Oh, you're kidding.
What a small world.
It is a small world,
so
yeah.
They moved, and I said, I know someone in New Mexico. You should look them up. They shared a fence. So,
oh my God! I know Susie was a lovely woman.
Lovely.
And they would go away. I think to New Mexico.
Yeah.
And she asked me to babysit for the dog. They had that big Doberman. The Doberman.
Yeah, but nice dog.
Oh my God! The dog slept with me in the bed. It was sat with me on the couch.
I know. I'm a dog person, but when the Doberman came over, I was like.
It was scary. I was like,
I'm not great.
Yeah,
anyway.
he was a good dog.
So that's my story. I felt like we got penalized, and and so my appeal is to not take it down to 65%, which I think is where the town is.
That's the average, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even to take it down to where Verna Field is, which is 67%. My appeal is to take it down to $1.8 million, which is like I think 80% or 75% of an increase. So
Okay.
I think it's reasonable. I'm not, and this is the thing. I felt like I could have come in here asking for a really deep dive, and as realtors, it's like, okay, do you say, hey, I'm going to bid low and hope that they meet me in the middle?
Yeah, yeah.
That's not how I feel about my situation here. I felt like $1.8 million was a fair price.
Okay.
So.
And we appreciate that because
I felt like it wasn't. I felt like I heard the town and the need for increasing taxes. I got that, but I felt like we got more than our share of that burden.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking for 1.5 or 1.6, and because I don't. But the comps I'm using on Campbell are 1.6.
Yeah, I saw that. Let me go back.
And Campbell has. Campbell's a nice street.
It is a nice
street. And
street.
it's right around the corner.
Yep.
And it has, it's bigger, and it has a pool, and its yard is level. I mean, I know the house. So that's Campbell. And I felt like, okay, why is that one? And they had, they have 4 fireplaces. They have it's a nice cul-de-sac. It's a level yard, and it is selling at $1.6 million, I think, and it was assessed right around that level. So, appraised right around that level. So it appraised for basically the same thing that it sold for. So that I felt like was okay, and I said, okay, I'll still do $1.8 million because I've been at Campbell, and I felt like our house was more updated than
How about
Campbell.
what we have here? Oh, Stonewall. Yeah, the one that's still on.
Stonewall, that's a big house.
It is a big house. Got a beautiful outdoors.
Beautiful outdoors, 9-foot ceilings, newer house, also a cul-de-sac, not as close location-wise. I think I prefer my location.
Yep.
But that's why I put Verna Field in as a comp, because it's a cul-de-sac, and when, again, Verna Field is, and I think Verna Field is 68% on average was the average for Verna Field. And so, again, we got penalized. All right, and then I have this spreadsheet.
Tell me about this one, though. This one here you have at $2 million.
What's that one?
410 Reading Road.
I included it, but I didn't actually include it ultimately. I only really focused on the 2.
Okay.
And Reading Road was a really nice house, 410 Reading Road. It's larger by a lot. It also had a finished basement. It was full 5-bedroom, had 2 half baths, had more fireplaces. It is newer, so I did include it as a higher sale, but there's a reason it's higher. This is a $2 million house, and it had a lot more.
Yeah.
And, Reading Road is a funny, we always say this in real estate, and I know you know this, that I live on a cul-de-sac, and I'm bound kind of by the highest house on the street, right? Because I'm in this little
you're in that little
bubble. Reading Road, you could have a $1 million house, and you could have a $4 million house.
Yeah, and you can have a shack.
You can have a shack, and you can have a mansion. So it's different in the ability to have that much opportunity on the street. Merwin's Lane is another comp I threw in here for a $2 million house.
Oh yeah, here's Merwin's. Yeah.
And also bigger. Quite big, not newer, but big, by a long shot. Has a finished pool, has been updated a lot in the house, and it was, it sold for $2 million. I had a buyer for that house actually.
Oh,
so,
nice.
I didn't end up getting the house. It went into bidding war.
Of course.
So $2,060,000. So that's it.
Okay.
I don't, again, I think $1.8 million is fair.
Okay.
And Paula, is this your cell phone right here? Because I think I just sent you something. I'm embarrassed.
Oh, you did. It's right here.
Spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet I was talking about.
Okay, let me see. Here it is.
And it's for Verna Field. And
come on, there you go. Okay. Oh yeah.
And you'll see. So those are the addresses of Verna Field and what the assessments were on each one. And
yep.
And I felt Verna Field was a fair.
That's a nice comp.
It's a nice cul-de-sac comp.
And it's not far.
It's a half a mile.
Yeah.
So in truth it's the closest cul-de-sac to me. So I was like, okay, what's the closest? What's like for like? The acreage on Verna Field is smaller, I think, but it doesn't really matter. It's really about the percentages. So I wasn't really looking at the value. I was really looking at the increases that they were experiencing.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Oh, looks good to me. You know, you never know. So now, you know,
what happens now?
what happens is, I take this and I go in front of the board. There's 9 of us.
Yeah.
And then we discuss it, and then we vote on it. I present what you gave me.
Yeah. Can I add that to that?
What, this? Yes. Yep.
How do I add that?
I just have to print it out and put it in.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have,
No,
I
you don't have to do
apologize
it.
that I didn't.
That's all right, don't worry about it. I'll get it.
It's in my closet.
Yeah. And then what they'll do is they'll scan it into the computer so that if any board members looking at the computer can see it.
Okay, got it.
But they've got 900 appeals, so I'm a
Yeah.
little concerned
I know.
that they won't do them all.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm printing them out and I'm putting in, or if I don't have this anymore, I put it in a folder and I just bring it with me to the meeting and say, add this to the packet.
Yeah, so you know why, again, this is what I felt, and I know I'm being recorded, so I'm happy to say this, that I could have asked for deeper. I could have asked for the Verna Field
No, you could have,
level.
yep. I think you're being fair.
And I could have asked for Campbell level or Stonewall level, and I didn't. So I did think I was being fair. So I thought $1.8 million was a very reasonable place to be. I actually need the town to tell me why it should be higher.
Yeah,
Because everything I looked at says, why should it be
there's
level?
there's a lot of discrepancies this year, and there's a lot of people, wait a minute, are we all set? Do you have anything else you want to tell me?
No, that's it.
Okay, all right, we're done with this. Okay, appeal number 306, 233 Stampwater Drive, Richard and Carrie Parker. Town value is $626,500. Their asking amount is $531,220. It is 10:20 a.m. I need to swear you in. Take that for a second. Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that the information you shall give today regarding this appeal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
So you sign there. Okay. I'll take that back. Thank you.
And what's your name, please?
My name is Paulette.
Paulette. I'll forget it by the end of the day.
That's okay. I usually forget by the end of the session, too, of somebody's name. Okay. I should do a better job at that. Okay, so you're here contesting, as we said, the assessment of your property, or the appraisal of your property, really. Okay. So, okay. All right. Okay. So I'm looking at your field card first, because I always like to see if there's something on here. There is. You have, it looks like you have a sloped lot.
Mm-hmm.
How bad is the slope?
Well, they wouldn't let me put a driveway in. It was so steep.
Oh, you're kidding me. Okay.
So-
That's why, because they did decrease the value of your land. See, it's right here. Instead of 100% good, they're saying it's 80% good.
Oh.
All right, already. And even with that, your land is worth $538,400. But we'll talk about that. Okay. All right. So now let me see. What would you like to tell me about your property or about your appeal?
Did you?
Oh, we've read this once. I'll read it again now.
It's in 3 separate.
Okay, so it's small, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2-car garage. It has a 2-car garage.
Yes.
Okay. Lakeshore Association. Okay. Okay. Town-wide sales, September. Okay. All right. So. Okay. So let's look at what you got here. Let's look at your last page, or last 2 pages. Okay. All right. So these are the comps you're providing. Okay. And we're saying that, what's the A for? Active?
Well, no. If
Oh,
you look-
Schedule A. Schedule A.
Schedule
Okay.
B, Schedule C.
Schedule A. Okay. So you're comparing your home to?
Well, these are the homes that were sold in the last year
Yep.
that I wanted to make sure I was comparing.
Okay.
Apples to apples. 1,200. They're a little larger square footage, except for number 3 is a little less, if you will. That's exactly
Number
the same.
3. Number 3. Okay. Yep. I
It's
see.
exactly the same as mine.
Okay.
It was purchased for $430, and that was July of last year, and your assessment is $619. My overall appointment situation is that the evaluation for properties with larger lot but smaller houses have increased. You've shown incorrect value.
Yes. And do you know why that is? because what's happening in town, I'm sure you're aware, is that a lot of these smaller, older homes, people, instead of buying them, builders are buying them up, and they're ripping them down and putting up big houses. So to them, the value is really in the land, not the house, because they're going to remove the house. That's why it's coming out that way. That's why everybody's seeing a huge increase in the value of their land.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's why it's happening.
I understand that. And that's why I looked at specifics on this, and that's why I took 3 different approaches. One of which was that's the most obvious as far as discrepancies. It's sold for $430, and you're assessed it for $619. That's what I'm
That's
having.
the assessed value.
Right.
So the appraised value is higher.
No.
Sure it is, because he purchased it for this, okay? Now you're saying that their assessed value was...
That's your land. That's what you show on the property card.
Right. So, okay, so this is the assessed value, but really, we're looking for fair market value, which is what he pays.
Right.
Anytime something sells, that's the fair market value, okay? So when you're comparing them, you should be comparing the fair market value to the town appraised value. That's 100%.
That's what it is.
Okay, so it's not assessed, it's appraised.
Well, I consider it, yes, it's appraised value. It'd be higher if it was assessed value.
Right, but that's what we want to see.
You don't. Well,
We do want to see it, because if you say, like when I look at this and I say, okay, well, it's sold for 30, all right, so it's fixed. If this is the real value.
That's the real value.
Well, no, the real value is the 100% value, which was the appraised. Okay, so is that what this number is here? So up here it says assessed value. That's not right?
That's not correct.
Okay, now let me change that so that we know. Okay, appraised.
That's the appraised value.
All right, now we're talking. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go on from there then. Okay.
You will note that in each of the situations, except for number 4 in Black Rock Turnpike, the purchase price exceeded the appraised value that you have.
Okay.
But for the rest of them, they were the other. And I don't know why.
They're all the other way.
There was right. Now, if you looked at.
Okay, I know why, because I'm sure this old Black Rock Turnpike, didn't they build a house there?
Right.
Yeah, so he paid, at this point, for some reason, because there's no rhyme or reason for what the town says these are worth. Because you could have 3 houses on the same street that look the same, and they'll say that they're different amounts. So in this case, it's like that, because this is what we were talking about. The builder paid more, and it might have been a bidding war. Who knows? The builder paid more than the town valued it. So that could happen, but we know why. I can understand why it would happen. Okay. But in all the others, it's the opposite way.
Now, see, that's a different story. These are houses in my neighborhood, my street.
Yep, St. Moore, yeah.
And if you look at specifically 173 St. Water Drive, that one I bought a year later than I did.
Well, this is in 2020.
Right. But if
Go ahead.
If you look at that's a 7-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. I made that clear on my cover letter.
I see it right here.
7 bedrooms, and it's a rental for $7,000 a month. Now, the rental doesn't have much of a problem. And if you look at Zillow, it's worth $750,000 on Zillow.
Mm-hmm.
And you have me appraised for $15,000. You have to look at specific. I have it set up
right here.
specifically.
I know, it's right here. Right now. We have you appraised. Now, let me ask you this, just so I'm clear. This is what you want the value to be at full market value, the 530. Okay. Is this the assessed value here or the appraised value, the town value?
It's what the town assessed me. I kept everything the same. You have me assessed for $600.
Yep, we do. $626,500, which is what this is. Okay, so all right, because people get that confused, so I just want to make sure we got the right thing. Okay.
It was purchased 2 years later for $280,000, $10,000 more than I bought it for, but it's 1,590 square feet more, which it's old, I know that. But Zillow has it on the market for $175,000 more than what my house is on the market for.
Is it on they're actually on the market, or?
No. This is just
what they're saying they're worth.
Market. When I called in, you talked about market value.
Right.
You didn't talk about what the house would sell for. The problem with it is when I look at what sell it, I've got illustrations of what Zillow or said that they would sell for compared to what my house was. That was one section. Just
Okay.
to get that. There was another section with the recent sales one. And then I did my property values. I did 3 different operations.
Okay.
Square footage, and then I took in land value. Now, I'm happen to be in this one happens to be in a zone 80, a zone town rating, in territory 75.
Okay.
That's why I chose the same
Right, yeah, it's good to do that. Yep.
and got the illustrations. And you can see in this one, that's the larger percentage. Again, showing at least a 10% more or more.
Okay, let me ask again, just so we're clear. Is this the assessment or is this the full value?
That's the full value,
That's
not the
okay.
assessment. It's what.
Okay. The town says it's worth. Okay.
So, I mean, and then you look at what I started looking at, the sale price compared to the value. For example, and again, these are in territory 75, 20 sales in the last year.
Yep.
And then how much they actually sold for compared to what your evaluation shows. The consequence of this is that the ones that come closest, if you will, let's say this one on Crane Street, which is 138 Crane Street, or the one below that, for some reason you show it as a 3-bedroom, and it's actually 4 bedrooms and an extra bath, and they're not showing up when they sold. That's what Zillow has them down for. But your assessment shows something a little less, so that they become more closer to what the value of the property is, based upon a fact that you don't have all the information. And somehow they didn't put that in. I've got sheets of this stuff actually now, but I'm sticking with what I put.
Now, but I'm looking at all these, and if we're making a case that your house should be worth what it is based on some of these, these are not in your neighborhood.
Granted.
Not even close.
No, but they're the same territory and square footage and land. I'm looking at this one different. I did 3 different areas. One which was the recent sales, one of which was my neighborhood, and one was town-wide. Under $1 million
Okay.
sale.
Okay. I get it.
I wanted to be as clear as possible from the standpoint of being all the way around the town.
Are you saying that you said zone 75? Actually, he calls it neighborhood, but it doesn't matter. But are you saying that that's what you're finding on all of these?
Right.
That if I were to look these up, these places that have nothing to do with where you live, not even close, it would be considered the same neighborhood by the town?
By the town.
Oh, well, then that's a different story. And here's why. Because if we look at neighborhoods, we would have to agree that St. Mortar Drive was way more valuable than Crane Street. I mean, where would you rather live, okay? And a lot of these streets, Black Rock Turnpike, busy. Oakwood, not the greatest castle. We're cozy. This is like to me, this is so real estate. This is Tungus Hill. This is not the university. But if he designated that the university area at 75, then I guess we should look at these because, after all, it's the same neighborhood, according to the town.
That's all. That's just one.
Now I'm getting it.
There was 3 different areas.
Mm-hmm.
The most credible, if you will, from a neighborhood standpoint, would be category B or C in this one, which is the St. Mortar Drive. That's my
Right.
street.
That would be the most. Yep. Okay.
But then I had to look at overall from a standpoint of a town-wide. My summation is that you're anywhere from 10 to 20% overvalued on the property. And I have another statement, if you will, with this being a reassessment, and the mill rate will look better, assuming you don't, you cut the mill, if the property's doubled and you cut the mill rate in half, you've actually still increased the property by 10%.
Yes. That mill rate cut is going to it'll help with the taxes, but it's not going to equalize it. They're still going to be too high. As far as I'm concerned, that's just me. So these are, right, these are stamp mortar. Well, I guess there were none on stamp mortar that sold in between 2024 and 2025?
Well, that's the first, that's in Group A.
Where, let me see now. Sassapequan, Fairfield Woods, Black Rock Turnpike, Old Black Rock Turnpike, Nepos.
Those are the ones that St. Mortar, well, Massapequan's probably
That's the closest, I would think.
close, because it is in, these are all considered to be in the
That is not
Lake
gonna
Hills
help us.
Association.
Take care, Greg. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to help us. Okay. All right. And I don't think this one's going to show up in that neighborhood. These might.
Which one will?
In that 70 neighborhood 75 or point or 0.
No.
These won't. Okay.
These are not designed to do that. That's
Okay.
Lake Hills. I'm
This
the
is Lake
district
Hills.
leader for District 2 in the Lake Hills Association. So I looked at that specifically and recent sales. And you are correct that they're tearing down these houses and putting up mansions. I'm not arguing that. But my intention is not to do that with my house.
No, I know. And the slope in your lot, like obviously there's a house there now, but if somebody were to tear, would a builder want to tear that down and put something there? Or is the slope too great that, I mean, they could put something anywhere, but
If you looked at because I looked at the topographical map of it, and they wouldn't let me put a driveway in from St. Mortar. I have to come in through Delldale.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
That's and part of that problem is that I have an easement that I can't build on the second part of it because there's a turnaround. The fire trucks, the police trucks, the ambulance need to turn around. That's where my garage is. It's about 2,000 square feet that I can't touch the back of the property. The main house that's about 20 feet down initially, then it goes almost 75 to 100 feet down below that to the main road.
Let's see something here.
You can see my stairway, yes.
I see that. Yep. Yeah.
It used to be one straight shot, and I decided that was too much for some people to handle, so I put a curve in there.
I see.
So there's a resting area.
So this isn't really your driveway because you can't have a driveway here.
The driveway's in the back.
The driveway's in the back. So you're on the right side of St. Well, if you're going up St. Well, you're on the right. You're not on the water side.
I'm on the water side.
Okay. So tell me again. Go over the slope with me again.
It's flat at the back where it comes off of Delldale. There's a 20-foot drop to my house. And then it's about a 75 to 100-foot drop from the house to the street on St. Mortar. You have a topographical map of it. I didn't bring it, but I had tried to put a driveway in from the base up to the hill, and they wouldn't allow it because of the slope. And I have tried to get the gas company to run gas lines up there, and they won't do it. It's all ledge. But
Okay. So Crane Street, we were talking about that one. That's sold for $603 in the base period that we're looking at.
this is townwide. This is
Right. What I'm trying to find in here are comps because I know how the board thinks, and I understand what you're saying. But the board's going to look at, okay, what's sold? What's he comparing to that's sold during that period?
That's
and
the A group.
That's the A group. So let me go back to the A group for a second. A group, okay.
Those are all 19.
That's the peak one. But see, purchased for $695. Oh, I see. Okay. Fairfield Woods Road, that's not going to cut it.
It's still, well, that is considered to be
Old Black Rock Turnpike will.
an old Black Rock.
That's what I said, Old Black Rock Turnpike will. Okay. Nepus, well, it's the lake area.
These are all considered lake
Right, these are all,
hills.
Yep.
Nepus, all lake hills. There's 500 homes in Lake Hills.
now let's see here. Now, these are the most interesting. Right, let me see. Sassapequan, do you have anything else on that in here? Like a field card or something? Let me see. Is it written in here anywhere? Collectively, no.
I pulled it from the town website.
I know, but, okay. So, Sassapequan, that's sold for more. Your house is...
Now, see, that's lakefront. Now I can understand.
Sassapequan is lakefront?
That's what the illustration shows. It shows lakefront.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So
lakefront. Okay.
That's where mine is not on the lake. Mine is across the street from the lake.
Uh-huh.
That's the whole point.
Lakefront. I get it. So let's forget that. Black Rock Turnpike. Old Black Rock Turnpike. Is this...
And Black Rock Turnpike's 150 square feet larger than my house.
This is larger.
I made notes on each of these.
There's nothing there, so I'm just writing it in. And is that on the water?
Old Black Rock Turnpike?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it's on the side. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think you did a lot of work, and a lot of good work, but basically, when you cut through a lot of it, after you read it, the most important ones are these. This one at Sassapequan, even though it's lakefront, it sold for less than what the town says it's worth. Same thing on never mind Black Rock Turnpike, because they're going to say it's busy, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Old Black Rock Turnpike. Again, sells for more than what the town says it's worth, but still less than what yours is worth. And it's 150 square feet bigger. So these are important in that. Now, Nepus, that has an extra bedroom and bath?
Right.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
That
Okay. Now, these make sense. We're good.
what is
And 3. Okay.
most offensive
Okay.
is the ones on actually Champworth Drive, which is not
Here,
this last
Yeah.
one here. This one drives me crazy.
the last one? Yes, but you have to understand. I understand why. That would drive me crazy, too. It really would. But it sold 6 years ago, almost. Over
2 years after I did.
Right, but that's so long ago that they won't even consider it.
Okay.
What would it sell for today?
That's what is listed for today is 800. That water is $150,000 more. I don't know if I have actually listed. I can look it up. You said it was 157.
173 cent more.
$173. It says it would sell for $771 for
Well, that's, what's that, Zillow?
$756. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
You can't use Zillow and all those other things because they're not accurate.
I know. I'm not saying they are. Point being, I had to use a comparison to show what's going on. When I compared, I also compared Zillow to the house you sold in Connecticut, just to make sure. And that's where I found there was extra bathrooms, extra bedrooms, etc. And that's the reason that was.
Well, Zillow has, as far as like bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, that's usually accurate because they get it right off the town websites. They don't do any analysis of their own. They just copy information. I know that because I've talked to them myself. For example, they don't even know what houses are worth. they have no, if a house sold, that's different, okay? Because they'll just put the sale price in, and it's accurate. But if a house isn't sold or isn't on the market, and they'll just sometimes have them on there. They're not available for sale, but here it is. Those numbers you can't go by because they have no way to know what those houses. They'll tell you what they think it'll sell for, but there's no way to know if that's accurate. There's just no way until it sells. That's the only way you can tell. I have a question though. Property has a right of. Is this your property you're speaking about?
There's a right of way.
This property also has a right of way easement for the other 4 houses on the road. Is that your house?
My house is the end of it.
Right, but this little statement here.
That's my house, yes.
Excellent.
I have to allow.
Subject. All right, that's good news. Okay, so that's a help. That would decrease, that's why I said that would decrease the value. Because that's something that not everybody has. When you compare yours to another house, we're not going to find too many houses with this easement thing. So that would, if I had to list your house, I would have to try to figure out in my head, how much is that worth off the price of the house? If I had 2 houses to price exactly the same, but your house had this, it's going to be worth less than the other one. But how much less? I'd have to figure that out. Sometimes that's just trial and error. Until somebody makes an offer, or if somebody comes and looks at it and doesn't make an offer but says, no way, I'm not going to pay that for this house, it's too much money. Well, what would you pay for it? I usually ask, what would you pay for it? Okay, so I think I understand that the comps that we circled, took us a while to get there, but the comps that we circled are good ones as compared to yours. This is why yours should be less. That problem with the easement is another reason why. The slope in the land, he's accounted for, but I think he could account for that a little bit better as far as value. So we'll see what happens. Now, what happens next is I take this to the board of assessment, the whole board. We review it and go over it, and the board will decide whether they're going to grant the appeal the way you requested it, or if they're going to say, well, it's not worth that little, but there are issues, so we'll grant him some of it, but not all of it, or we won't grant any of it. We don't believe it's right. So if you're not satisfied with what we do, you have the right to go to court. And I would suggest going if that happens. I think it's worth it.
Well, I probably won't go to court. I'll probably just go to what do you call it? My daughter does something. It'll be done by what do you call it? Public opinion. Because you're a volunteer, and I appreciate your time and energy. It's the company that did this appraisal work. I think there's a flaw in what they did.
I agree.
And that's the reason I would bring it to you.
I have no issue with that. I agree with that.
You're doing a favor to the town, and I acknowledge.
Actually, you're right. I am doing a favor for the town. The other thing is, I'm actually doing a favor for the public because we don't work for the town. We're not associated with the assessor's office, although they would like to make people believe that we are. We have nothing to do with him. We're an independent body. So
having served on the RCL.
Yeah, my job is not to validate what the town said about your property. My job is to say, like I did, that's why I was asking so many questions, because I have to I know how the board thinks. I've been doing this a long time. And if I want to get this approved, I need to be able to point at things and say, this is why. I can't just say, well, overall. No, this is it right here. That's why I was asking those questions. So
the reason I'm pushing is I have another property, my own house. This I bought from my daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed you don't live in it, but that's not my business, so I don't ask.
I bought that from my daughter. I have another appointment at 10:40.
Oh, you're going to be late. Who are you seeing next? Katie?
I don't know. Did they?
Katie? Who's your next person? I think you're going into, we're the only two here, so you're probably going to have to go there next.
It's not you.
It's not me.
Okay. Paulette, it was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you, too. Thank you so much. Oh, there is somebody in there. Huh. Wait a minute. I shouldn't say it. Wait a minute. I'm saying that, but I might be wrong. What's your other property?
I actually am not sure.
2381 North Benson Road.
Do you have an extra pen for?
Yeah, I have one. 2381?
My boss had 10.
Okay.
What? What do you got?
No, I thought you were gonna see this gentleman next, because he had two different properties, but I have them.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm yapping
And I
about.
also have, a blank for you. Adam Blank?
Is he here?
No, but like someone said, is Saco Hill?
Yeah, a
Is he
bunch of
here later?
Saco Hills. I have like 4 of them, 5 of them in a
I
row.
don't know if they're all from him. Anyway.
Most of them are, but
He didn't come.
yes, because he rescheduled. I sent you a text last night. He rescheduled for this afternoon because he's coming in later today.
Okay, so
That's why he didn't come in.
Plugged in. Okay.
Do you have, if you have that file, I'll take it.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
put it in.
great.
Let me listen.
Okay.
Your next 3 are here.
Well, there's nothing I can say about that. They're going to have to sit there. Okay?
One of them might leave. I mean, she's not going to, but she's like.
Well, who is it?
Cedar Road?
They're all here. They can't all be scheduled for the same time.
No, but Cedar Road was before
Okay.
Sam Gardner, remember? Sam Gardner?
All right, well, then I'll tell you what. I think, let me see who's, I think, unfortunately, sir, Mr. Parker, I think you're going to have to sit outside for a minute because the way I didn't schedule this. I'm not the scheduler. They scheduled somebody in between your 2 properties. See? You're here. Where's St. Mortar?
I was back to back.
Yep. Actually, on here, you're not.
Oh.
But can you just let this woman go ahead of you, please? Thank you. It's because we had to add people in. I apologize. I'll be here when you get. This won't take long. Hi, come on in.
Okay. You are Paulette.
Yes, I am.
I'm Pat.
Nice to meet
Hope
you.
you're feeling better today.
Thank you, I am.
Good, good, good.
Okay. Appeal number 39. The time is 10:49 a.m. It's appeal number 39, 770 Cedar Road. The owner is Patricia Hiley. Sorry. The town value is $1,449,700, and she's asking for a value of $845,000. Okay. Let me swear you in. Yep, thank you. Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that the information you shall give regarding this appeal shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so, alrighty. So let's get started here. Let me see. I have the maps. I gave you some. Okay, here we go. Yep.
What I did, Paulette, in the beginning, I didn't, I had some medical problems when we first got this, so I didn't move on it right away. But once I found out, so I have 2 letters. So the first one was dated early on, and then the second one was more recent.
Okay, I guess I will take the second one.
Well, you should have it there. It's one is dated February 9th.
Well, what is it? Is that the first one or the second one?
February 9th was the first one.
Okay.
And then February 19th was the second one.
February 19th. Does it look just like that one?
Well, there's a little bit more detail. The first one...
No, but I mean, it's that kind of... See,
Oh, yes, yes.
I don't have it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Which one don't you have?
I have the February one, February 9th.
You don't have the 19th?
No, I do not.
It should have been with the...
I have a little, let's see, no, I have, that's
email.
February 17th, that's an email. Oh, wait a minute, maybe this is it.
This is what it would look like.
Let me see that,
Okay,
please.
that's what it would look like.
No, that's not, okay. Well, let me
Okay, well,
just,
then you can have that one.
Okay, thank you.
I had made a copy for me and a copy
Okay.
for you, but I just gave you my copy. Basically, the one from the 9th was a little bit more detailed about, the first paragraph was the same, but that I'm a widow
and next month it will be 46 years since I bought half the property.
Okay.
And if I know now, if I knew then what I know now, I would have tried to talk my husband into not buying the property. We were moving from out of state, Pennsylvania. Had no idea what wetlands even meant, you know. And so anyway.
When did you buy it?
1980.
Okay.
And this July 15th, I moved in 46 years ago. And we're the newest ones on the cul-de-sac. There's 4 homes. But we found out real quickly about wetlands. After we bought it, our neighbors couldn't wait to tell us that the property, we have 1.16 acres, but I wondered, why are we so close to our next door neighbors, you know, our driveways and everything. They told us, well, they tried to, the first time they dug to put in the foundation, like farther towards Cedar Road, it filled up with water. So they moved it closer. So that's why that happened. And the other thing is, we now have 4 sump pumps. There was nothing, of course, it's a new home when we bought it. But we have 4 sump pumps, one outside under the deck. And I gave you, so I took some pictures, you know, because you could see what I call now the swamp. You know, then it was a former pond with the brook running through it. It's basically like in the back. We've not been able to utilize the property. I wanted to put out a patio. No, we can't because it's too wet. So so there's I couldn't do anything with the patio or do a patio. My husband couldn't put in a pool because it's wetland. And also what we did is we extended the leaching field, you know, for the septic. We've had a septic before in another state, so we were familiar with it, but we extended that, you know, just to be on the safe side because of the water. When there's storms, the road floods. I used to have trees along Cedar Road that in those days, I don't know if you still do it, you could buy trees from the town.
Yeah, you can still do it.
Oh, can you? I still remember it was like $45 a tree. They kept
that now, but still, yeah.
They kept dying. And after the second time, and they replaced them free, but after the second time, I gave up. I said, no, that's it. Because of the water coming down Cedar Road, and we're the first property on that road, it would come onto our property. So, so you know, there's certain things we just couldn't do. You know, so that was a disappointment, but especially when it rains and stuff like that. So that it's mainly the sump. I mean, that you know that the and then I said there's three in the basement. 3. Well, basically we're sitting on water. If you look down where the sump pump is, we're always on water. So as a result, we've only partially finished the basement. Don't want to, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. Now, it just may I have to thank God for Connecticut basement because they are a big help, and I have to keep getting it serviced and pumps replaced and I've had it happen like even a plumber did it one time. I had it fixed, went out to dinner, came back, and there was water all over because he didn't put the hose in right.
Oh, okay.
So we really can't. I wouldn't be able to finish it, the basement. So the main thing is that is the big problem. Like I said, I would never have bought it. The other thing is the private road. When we moved here, it wasn't. When buying the home in 1980, we did not have to pay for upkeep or expenses on that road. But this has been designated a private road, and the town of Fairfield declared these roads should not be kept up by the town in order to balance their budget. We as homeowners are responsible, all 4 of us there on the cul-de-sac. Snow plowing, tree removal, tree trimming, brakes, and road repair are expensive. Now we're facing the cost after 45-plus years of repaving the road. Our new people that moved in at the end of the street did one bid so far last year, which was $40,000. And I just feel over these years this has been an added tax burden on us, as homeowners. But the main thing is, too, it tends to flood, and we're that first house. And I know why it happens. I'm not an engineer, but I used to clean out the grates going up Cedar Road. They're all built on the opposite side of the street, and I would clean them out, so because what happens is there's nothing on our side of the street as far as drains going up to the road. So all that rain and storms, whatever it is, comes down, crosses over, and goes right down our road. Right down our road. And that's why I couldn't do the trees, and that's why we have, you know, a tendency to have the flooding. And I have 2 grates in front of my house that we just replaced one, I think it's 2 years ago. But I would keep those clear. Otherwise, it floods from Cedar Road to my, you know, my next door neighbor's house. It encompasses my property. But I didn't know any of that. And all these 46 years, we put the house on the market 3 times. Took it off, actually, all 3 times. But
Why did you take it off?
I don't, you know, it's been so many years ago. I think we were just seeing how it would go, but it didn't go very well because the property would start at a high price, then it would just, we'd get very little foot traffic, and then it would be like this last one I did. My husband passed 4 years ago from a booster COVID shot. Within 24 hours, he was dead. It was 4 years ago, December 22nd. And at that point in time, I thought, oh, I better downsize, you know. And everyone was dumping out of New York, as you know.
Yep.
And so that inflated the prices of houses. Of course, it's supply and demand. I understand that. I had it sold, and then that night before signing, I thought, you know, and my husband had died. I thought I couldn't afford it. I thought, no, I can't do this because they offered $845, and we started out. I think I gave you a copy of that, you know, only so you could see what it was, and I thought $845. You know, we started out at $910 back then, and the houses around were all selling. But I really feel part of it is not only the wetlands, but we didn't update. On purpose, because we didn't want the taxes to go up. So all those other 3 houses on my street have all updated. At the end of the road, we used to, you know, have Carolyn Miles, who ran Save the Children. After her husband, Brendan, died, she, you know, sold that. But what they did is build a mansion on top of a mansion. And the other 2 houses on my street, the different owners, I'm the only one on that street that's the original.
Oh,
They've all changed hands more than one time. And the other 2 houses, every time they change hands, they update it. You know,
that's what everybody does, yeah.
But we didn't, so I took the photos so you could see, you know.
I saw them.
And I know that's why, you know, the foot traffic and why. Because if they can get another house, you know, that they don't have to do all that with.
Yep.
Then they do it. But I think the main thing is, and the one comp that I gave you, the closest one to my property is Sturbridge.
I saw that.
And that went for over $1 million.
And that went?
It went for over $1 million. But the problem is you really have to count in the property itself that the house is on and the utilities. And I don't, you know what I mean. If they have a chance, like I said, I would have talked to my husband and say, let's go look.
Yeah.
Someplace else, because we did not have a clue. So this is why, you know,
Okay.
that's where I'm coming from.
All right, makes sense.
I wish, you know, I know every time, you know, they always say it's worth more, but then when you actually have people come through and the realtors come through on their, you know how they do their service thing, and they tell you, you know, this is going to be, all the people that have ever come through my house to buy it, had this to say good. It was well maintained, and we do. You know, I just had the house painted the last 2 years. Because of the expense of painting the house, I did half of the house one year. And
some people do that, yeah.
And I did last year, I did the front of the house, you know, so the outside is done. But I now need a new driveway. We're looking at the road, you know, and because of the wetlands, too, my front wall, I've done this more. This would be the second time. It's leveled out because it buckles. You know, what do they call them, the flagstones?
Yeah, they move,
They move, you know, and buckle. And so now I'm going to look through that because you don't want people tripping. They're coming up the front of the drive. But those are the main things, you know. And this was what I found in my record.
Yeah, I have one in here.
Yeah.
That's just your survey, right?
Well, that was actually from 1980. It was 19.
Excuse me 1 second. Hello? It is? Yes, yes. Oh, I'm here till about 2:30 today. Oh, okay. Next week? I'm here Monday till 2. Okay, great. No, just come in. Okay, great. Same room. Okay, thank you. Yep. Bye-bye. Sorry, I'm expecting a call from the hospital, so I had to take it, but
No,
okay.
no problem.
Wasn't it, so.
Anyway, this was the original builders, AJS Builders, and this is
Mhm.
what I found in my paperwork, so I gave you one and
Yep.
I kept one. And it was 1980. The other thing, I don't know, what can you say, if it's true or not, but the other thing that my neighbors couldn't wait to tell us when we moved in, is that they just, when I said that that it's on wetlands, they said that because that is wetlands there, I mean, at the end of the road, they're more up on a hill.
Mhm.
They were the original owners of that, well, they're not the original. Their fortune is on the other side of what I call the brook or pond, on the other side on Cedar Road. She and her husband owned that, and they sold it, and they told him, with the understanding, I don't think they had it in writing, not to build houses on there, And he, of course, built his house. That was okay, but he built those other 3 lots, and they're all on the wetlands. And so that's how that came about. But the neighbors said that the planning and zoning, what happened with the builder, is they kept going back to planning and zoning until they finally got approval.
That's what they do. They just keep going back.
I mean,
Yeah.
I figured
They do that today. They just keep going back.
That's what happened. And now
Yep.
you have the people that are there had to deal. Even when we were signing to sell this house, our next door neighbor, they held it up because they were having a problem, and they had forced him to finish up, what
Mhm.
they had to do on their property. I don't remember the details, something to do with the water drainage,
Mhm.
Out toward the brook or whatever, because the brook is in their front yard, but in mine it's in the back, it's around the back. So, they had to do that, so it held up ours, even signing the paperwork, until the builder agreed to fix that problem. So, but we didn't know. We're coming in from out of town. I mean, we looked at up in Greenfield Hill. We would have looked at, other places.
Yeah.
But my husband was commuting in and out of New York, and so this was closer to the Southport train station. The one in
Yep, yeah, that would be
behind
good.
it. We're in the car.
Yeah.
15 minutes from Greenfield, and we're just down, there in a matter of minutes down to the thing down there. So that's why we wound up with that property.
Okay.
But anyway, I think that. Do you have any questions?
Nope, I don't have any questions. I have the comps. I'm going to review them before I send this back downstairs. Go over and make some notes on
Do you
those.
have any questions about the photos I took?
Nope, I looked at them. I see what they are.
You can
Yep.
see
I can see
that.
that. Yep. I can see the brook. I can see the upstairs. With the house.
Take pictures on my phone today and bring them, because now that we've had all the snow and everything, it's such a mess.
I know it. Yeah, everybody's property is not looking good these
Well,
days.
no, but this is just, it amplifies what I've dealt with
Yeah.
for 46 years every time you have to, It's a shame, but don't get me wrong, we've enjoyed, it's a lovely place. The location is perfect. It's
Mhm.
just that if people have a choice, they'll go someplace else.
Right. Nobody wants to. Yeah, you're right.
And nobody wants to, I would never recommend a private road to anyone.
No, I wouldn't either, because it's a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of money.
We've spent money, just think of the snow this year.
Yep.
I just paid $300 check for January, I think.
Yeah.
Then you have to find someone to do it.
Right, which isn't easy. Yep.
No, we had that problem too. So anyway, that's, so I'd say that because of what they did with it being a private road. It was different if we didn't have to upkeep it like when we bought it. But as
Right,
soon
but
as
it's not.
But as
Yep.
soon as the town did that, I know it helped with their budget, but it didn't help with our budget. And to me, those are extra taxes you're paying. And not only that, you're trying to figure out where you're going to get the money to, well, I know they think everyone is just wealthy,
Yeah, they think everybody can just spend. Yep.
Yeah, they do it that way.
All righty, I have no other questions. Very
thank-
nice to meet you.
thank
Thank you very much for coming in.
Oh, you're
I'll do my best to present it to the board, and then the choice that things can happen is we'll approve it, they'll approve part of it and not all of it, or they'll say no, deny the whole thing, and then you have the ability to go to court. And in your case, I don't know what will happen, but I would go to court. I'd get an attorney and go to court. It's a little bit of money, but in the long run, I think you'll save more money.
When you say go to court,
You have to go to court. It's in New Britain.
Oh, wow.
It's not that bad. I went once with a client. It was about 45 minutes to get there. It wasn't that bad. I would definitely go.
Oh, okay. That's another thing, Helen. I don't. The problem I have was with macular degeneration.
Oh.
That's why I was like getting all this done.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
Hello?
you.
Oh, hi. How are you? Good, thanks.
Thank you, Paula. God bless.
Uh-huh. So that's not possible. So I guess, okay, I guess that's not going to help because the question has to do with the state statute. So the assessor is going to tell me what he wants me to hear. He's not reliable. I don't know if the town attorney will know either. So I guess I thought maybe you guys would know about the state statutes better than anybody else. Yeah, we already got the extension for hearing appeals because we have 900 of them. Okay, so we're not going to get done by the 20th of February with everything. So we were granted an extension, and an attorney was in here for an appeal, and he said that according to the state statutes, if we get an extension to hear appeals, then the public gets an extension to March 30th to file them. But I'm having trouble. When I Google that, places come up and say yes. But if I look at the actual statute, I'm having trouble finding that exact wording in there. So I don't know where to look. So I thought maybe you guys, but apparently that's not the case. So exactly what do you do? So I see. Yeah, I see okay. So the law gets written, and then some fool downstairs with very little education gets to decide how those are administered. Is that what you're telling me? So I have to rely on an idiot who doesn't know what he's doing to administer the statutes that the state came up with.
You're on the record.
Well, it is. What good is that? Thank you for nothing. Goodbye. That's enough for her. Okay, let's get back. Where were we? Let me turn this back on. I'm sorry it's got to come back. But. Okay, here we go. Now, you're on the record as being sworn in. I'm not going to swear you in again. I wrote down here you're already sworn in. I apologize for your wait. Okay, so this is appeal number 307. The address is 2381 North Benson Road. Richard Parker. Oh, yeah, Parker. That's okay. Richard Parker's the owner. He was here before. I should remember that. Okay, now tell me about this property. Wait a minute. The town says their town value is $854,600. You're requesting a value of $752,200. Okay.
Now, unfortunately, there's not a reasonable facsimile to a house in my neighborhood.
Okay.
So I chose, you will see in Schedule A, townwide, based upon my sales between June 25 and December 25, the end of the year.
Schedule A. Wait a minute. Okay. Got it.
Okay. With land value, et cetera, all the way through. And that I gave you a listing of, again, it says appraised value. That's what you appraised it back on as well as what they actually sold for. There's two lines. There's appraised
Yep.
value and sold, so you can actually see the difference.
Praise the Lord, you got it.
And how those are, there's a discrepancy. Now, the land values under 20,000 square feet, which is a half an acre, and that's close enough for me,
Mhm.
2,500 square feet anyways. And there are ranches, basically that's my house is a ranch. I needed to conclude some Capes and Rays ranches to get a fair comparison. But number of bedrooms and bathrooms are similar. What is more problematic, if you will, is if you look at example B, I put not only the sales price was done, I put the assessed value and the Zillow value. So you could actually see how close Zillow actually is. And then I made notations as to why the property, for example, 7 Stilson Road, has 1,000 square feet more, or 100 square feet more. You will see this extra bathroom on Judd Street. These are in the Zillow, what they actually put on the market for. And I made notations all the way down of how much of an error there is between what this company has provided. But it's based on town records, but they haven't been updated, and they didn't go through the process. So they become closer to value if indeed you included all the extra amenities were there. On the whole, it's about a 15 to 25, as much as 25% off as far as what they've added.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is a statement that I'll make, that the smaller square footage property lines area compared to a larger house is extremely penalized.
Let me just ask you this. Let me go over this again.
Okay.
Is this appraised or assessed?
That's actually what the appraised.
This is supposed to be appraised.
Appraised.
Okay.
It's the bigger number.
Okay.
Because I don't want it is.
Okay. All right.
So it's appraised at 807. It actually sold for 820, and Zillow had it. That's obvious. The same was true with Judd Street. The same was true with all the way through. I know you're pressed for time.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm expecting the hospital to call me about my brother. So I thought that's what the text was, but it's not.
Okay.
So that's what I'm done.
So Schedule B actually gives you a much more clearer position as to how this is developed.
Okay.
And, High Street, these are all in Territory 80, which is what my territory is.
Yep.
I wanted to keep it built around 1965. Sometimes I got to 1972, but it's...
So actually in this case, we have a little bit of the reverse, because the last one you did, you were on St. Laura can be busy, but here you're on a busy road, yet the comps are on side streets, which is better for you, because normally people would pay more for a quieter street than they would for a busier street. So that's your advantage. For example, let me see something here. Here's one that sticks out in my mind. 752. Okay. What is it here? I just had my finger on it. Larkspur. Oh, okay. Larkspur sold for. Results. Sale price. Oh, well, that's 2023. No, can't use that one. Okay. 2025.
Schedule A.
Let me go back to Schedule A.
Schedule B.
Well, I was on Schedule B. Now I'm back to Schedule A. Okay. All right. So these have. All right. These are recent sale prices.
They're all supposed to be 25. Every
On this page, yeah.
on A and on B.
On B, maybe I looked wrong. Let me look again. Could be my eyes.
No. B is not. Those are locations.
Okay, these are located. All right. Let me go back to Schedule A for a minute. Jennings Road. Okay. Well, that sold for more. Okay. But I want to look at that one. I straight I want to look at. When I tell them I'm going to have to do this later on, I'll take this before I send it down. I'll go through these all again. It's it's interesting to me, like when I'm looking at these. Now, do these happen to be all in neighborhood 80?
These happen to be land value What is my Schedule A, townwide square footage, 2,000 square feet selection, no.
Okay, these are not all in that neighborhood.
It's
Okay.
not in territory 80. The next one's
Okay.
Part B is schedule. I have to keep them in territory.
Yep.
I was looking for sales.
Yeah. Okay, these don't have sale price. Oh, that's too much. We need a sale price closer to yours.
Well, I have sales.
You have sale prices, but they're much higher than yours. I'm just trying to find one closer to yours.
You mean assessed value or?
No,
Appraisal?
sale price. Because we're looking for fair market value again. So if you say, well, I think mine is worth $752. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, now, here we have here. Now, take, for example, Brookdale, okay?
Okay.
27 Brookdale. Brookdale's in the university area, or that area, that 80 neighborhood. And it's sold for $711. It's sold for less than yours. Okay? Stilson Road. Not sold for, that's 600?
You're right, 600.
Is that the one I sold? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. That's original. Okay. But that was, okay. So, yeah, so see, what weights the most heavy on all of them, really, is what's sold in that period. And these did. And these are, Stilson's a busy road. Brookdale isn't, but it's the same neighborhood. Sigwin, again, same neighborhood, sold for less.
Well, North Benson's now a busy neighborhood, quite frankly.
It is busy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a busy road. These aren't busy. But, for example, this sold fairly similar, where we would say that yours should have sold for less based on the fact that it's a busy road. Sigler, that sold for a lot more. We won't go there. Well, we've got a few. Okay, let's do this one here. High Street. High Street's kind of busy.
Okay, High Street.
Yeah.
But High Street sold for far. That's ridiculous. That's 20. Well, wait a minute. This.
Well, that sold for more.
8-3.
That's 1,300 square feet. I won't use that one. Okay. Wilson Place, 24. That sold for. That's an inside street, though. That's a side street. Judd Street, 705. Okay. Okay. Let me look at that one too. Green Knolls, yeah. Green Knolls is more. Okay. All right. So we've got some good comps to look at as far as sales. Okay. Good. Do you want to tell me anything else?
Tell me.
If I can, yes.
When will this illustration be? When will I know?
I wish I could tell you, and here's why. Normally we would say that we usually finish up at the end of March. So by April you would get a letter. But because we got an extension, because we have over 900 appeals to hear, and then we have to sit and go over them, we have until May 4th to finish. I don't know that they send. I'd have to ask the assessor's office. I don't know if they send them out, like if we give them a stack and say we're done with these, so they send out the letters, or they wait till the end and send them all out. I don't know what they do. So you would hear most likely the latest by the middle of May, but possibly in April.
The assessment the mill rate has to be set.
They don't set the mill rate until June or July.
So there is an avenue. So we've been talking to other people in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I shouldn't say that.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
It appears that social media will be taking.
Appeal number 329, 81 Deepwood Road. Joanne Wood is appealing the town's value of $1,209,400 and asking for a value of $1 million. It is 11:25 a.m. Okay, I'll swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you promise that you swear that the information you're about to give regarding this appeal shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Good enough. I'll need you to sign where the X is. There's a pen right there. Okay, thank you. I'll take that. Okay. All right. So, what would you like to tell me about this? What would you like to tell me about the appeal?
So let me give you this sheet. So I
Sure.
kind of summarized everything.
Okay. I'll be easy.
Yeah. So I kind of these were the comps that I looked at in my neighborhood area, and I guess my house
is like 1995 square feet, and when I compared it to the home on Joan Drive in Buckboard Lane, Joan Drive is, within about 29,000 of my assessment, and then Buckboard is about 140 or 150 less than mine. And okay, so Joan Drive's house is like 617 square feet larger than mine, and then the Buckboard one is 817 square feet. My home has 2.5 baths. Theirs has, each of those have 3.5 baths. My garage is under. They have like a full garage. I have an unfinished basement, and my basement is not a full basement. It's kind of like maybe a third because the garage is under.
Right.
The Joan Drive one has a finished basement. I have one fireplace, and they each have 2 fireplaces, and the one on Buckboard is 12 years newer than my house. So in looking at that comparison, I felt like my home was overvaluated almost $200,000. But then I looked, my current taxes right now are $12,609, and like in the Connecticut Post, I think a week or so ago, and I know they projected the mill rate to be 19, and I know the mill rate isn't set, but if that is an estimate, then that would bring my taxes to $16,085, which is almost a $3,500 increase, which represents a 28% increase in my real estate taxes, which I don't know how you can justify that amount. So then I looked at what Zillow would appraise my home for, and they said it was $1,029,300. And then I looked at Realtor.com, and they appraised it at $1,079,010. So I kind of figured a fair market value of my home would be like the average of these appraisals, which would be, $1,054,155. So that's my assessment.
All right. Now, just so you know, the board our responsibility is to look for the fair market value.
Right.
Okay? Which is based on sales in your area, not what is estimated the estimated price, the actual selling price.
Right.
And fair market value has a legal definition, which is the price it will bring under certain conditions.
Right.
Okay. So if these homes here, here's yours. Okay. So here's that's you.
Well, if you're going by that.
Here we are. If this is the estimate, this is their Zestimate. Okay.
Well, right. I understand that.
Okay.
But they are a realty company. Go ahead.
They're not a real estate company.
No, but
They're
all right, you go ahead. I won't interrupt.
I don't know what they are. I have very little use for Zillow, not because of this, but because here's how Zillow gets their values. They don't really sell or buy any real estate. They go to the websites and they find what the assessor has on record and they use it. Maybe there's a little difference, but that's where they get. They've never been in any of the houses. They've never been on the location to look at the property. So, and the reason they get away with it is because they're calling it a Zestimate, which is a made-up word. It's not an estimate of the value. It's their Zestimate of value. So, what we have to look at is sold properties. Okay?
So, can I say something?
Yeah.
Because if you do say that, the home on Joan Drive was valued at $1,238,600, and it sold for $815,000.
When?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's great news.
It's
okay.
right. It's on the sheet.
Well, let me see here.
No, on the
on the Zillow stuff?
No, not on the Zillow stuff.
On the
here. It's sold.
Here you are. Wait a minute. Probably the next one.
Here, right here. Sale price.
Wait. Let me go over here.
November 20th of 2025 for $815,000.
Okay. There we are. I see it. I think. Oh, wait, no.
Right.
Joan Drive. We're talking about Joan Drive?
Right here. 800.
Here it is, right here. Sale price.
Sold in November for $815,000, and it's valued at over 1.2 million.
Okay, so that right. All right. Now let me put that on that. Make it easier to see. Okay. All right. Joan Drive.
And this house is very comparable to mine. We were both built in the 60s. We're both colonials. we're in the same neighborhood area.
Okay,
And
that's
it
good
has,
news.
you know, it has more square footage
You've got
than
that there,
mine.
yeah. More bathrooms, has a full garage, finished basement.
Right,
All right, now we're getting somewhere.
right, so you wrote that down
Yeah,
on your sheet?
still right here,
Yeah,
sold.
Yeah, sold. on
Okay, and
that
here's
date.
another one. Oh, this is not gonna help you. Buckboard. Right, this one sold for $1,255,000, but it's bigger,
But it's
1,000
much
square
bigger.
feet bigger.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it's newer.
newer. Yeah, 2 fireplaces.
And
Okay,
2 fireplaces
so sold.
and 3.5 bathrooms.
Okay,
So that's kind of why I feel like I'm somewhere in
okay,
the middle
well,
there.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And I thought my assessment of $1 million
Yeah.
or a little over was fair.
Let me see. Yeah, I would agree with that. This
Yeah.
makes sense now that I see it there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is very good. Okay. I don't have any other questions.
Do you think I have a reasonable?
I honestly don't know because the board is kind of funny. You never know what they're going to say about anything, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What happens is, we take this information, I bring it to the board. It's a board of 9 people this year.
Yeah.
And then they'll decide, they'll discuss it, deliberate on it, and then they'll vote on whether or not they're going to approve it or accept it at a lower number, maybe, or a higher number rather, maybe not at $1 million, but maybe $1,050,000. I don't know. I'm just using that for example.
Somewhere. in there.
Or they might say, no, we're leaving it at the town value. If you're not satisfied with the answer from the board, you have the right to go to court. And I would go. I love to go to court.
Wait, let me just.
I do, I love to go to court.
Me too. This is for you and he's here.
Okay.
If I'm not satisfied,
If you're not satisfied, you have the right to go to court.
yes.
You hire an attorney. You have to bring an attorney with you. Do you have to bring an attorney?
No, but you should.
Okay, you don't have to, but you should. Because
If you are impressed.
what'll happen is the judge is gonna listen to what you have to say, and then he's gonna send you in a room with the assessor and the town attorney to come to some kind of an agreement about where the number will be. And if because that attorney will be there, you probably should have one.
Yeah.
I think it'll be easier for you,
Okay.
okay? I always recommend going to court,
You do?
because you'll get something out of it.
She's litigious though. It's not for everybody. Who knows? Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, you never know.
If you do end up needing to go to court, get an appraisal done. Don't go in there saying, I feel and I think and my neighbor
That's a good
said."
point, I didn't say that,
Have an
yeah.
appraisal with you, so you're armed with, hey, this is an independent third party that looked at my property and thinks it's valued at this.
Yeah.
And it's harder to
She's
argue.
absolutely right, that would be the best thing to
Get a
do.
real estate.
No, hire a licensed appraiser, not a real estate agent.
Not a real estate agent?
An appraiser,
Real
no.
estate agents are the worst.
Yeah, hey,
I'm kidding.
she knows I'm
Yeah.
a real estate agent, that's
But,
why she's saying
if
that.
you were to be buying a house and you need a mortgage, you'd have to have the appraisal. Call a realtor,
Oh.
they'll tell you who to use.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Do you have a
Okay.
realtor that you know?
My sister-in-law's a realtor.
Where?
In Darien.
Call her, she'll know an appraiser,
Okay.
okay?
Paulette is a realtor.
Yeah.
Call her.
Oh.
She'll know.
Oh, I know, you can call me.
Okay.
Here's my phone number. I'll give it to you. I had my cards here a little while ago, I don't know what
What
happened.
does an appraiser usually charge?
It depends on the house
Yeah.
and the size of the house. 500, 600, something like that,
Oh, okay.
okay?
It is, this
But
seems
it's
like a
worth
lot, but the truth is, if it could save you $20,000 or more,
Right.
or depending on, I don't know what you're asking, but spend the 600. Because it's,
So, when will we be notified?
so what number appeal are you? 330?
329.
I don't know if we're going in order, but we tell the office as soon as we're done. So if we go in order, we'll get to 300 at some point in a couple of weeks. And then we tell the office they have about 5 days to tell you. So you'll know a week after we finish.
Oh,
I-
by a letter?
Yes,
Yeah,
you'll get a
we'll get a
letter,
letter,
yep.
Letter.
And then you have a certain amount of time, what is it, 30 or 60 days to go to court? I forget.
Oh, I hope it's not 30. That's
I think it's 60,
Maybe.
but
We don't know, but they know downstairs.
they'll know downstairs.
Um,
And a lawyer would know too. Excuse me, I'm waiting for a call from the hospital, so
Oh,
excuse me.
sorry.
Hello?
All right.
Well, not the hospital.
well, it said Holland's Medical.
They want to know about something.
You know what? I get every day a phone call saying that, oh, your private loan has been approved.
Oh, I get that all
Apply
the
for
time. I didn't apply for
private-
one.
$60,000 private loan.
I get so many damn things
I know,
like
I know.
that.
And do you know my mother answers them?
Oh,
And
I
she
answer them too
believes,
sometimes.
and she's like, oh, look who called us.
No, don't do it.
I sometimes want to just take the money and then not pay it back and say, you know what, you gave it to me, I didn't ask for it.
Oh, I know.
I thought you were giving me a
No, she'll
present.
get a call saying, your social security number has been used as
Oh,
a
yeah,
order.
yep.
And I'm like, Mom, what does that even mean?
I get them, you know, I get them from Apple. They're supposedly Apple all the
Yeah,
time.
it's not
Your
Apple.
Apple card, I don't even have an Apple card. It was used for what? Yeah,
Yep.
it's not. Such a racket.
I know.
Oh man. Okay. Well, it was very nice meeting you.
Yeah, thank you
Good
very
luck.
much for all the advice, and we'll see.
Okay, so this guy is here for you,
What guy?
Sasco Hill.
Oh my God.
But I thought it was for me, so I wrote my name this
Oh,
morning.
it's okay.
So just change it.
Which
to
one is
Wilson.
this?
1,000. He says the whole group. He was funny. He's like,
here now. He's supposed to be here.
this will be at 9 a.m.
No, but then they moved him, and he's supposed to be here.
Do you think it's not like, will the mill rate, I mean,
I have no idea. So do you understand that we're just like
Oh, he's supposed to
taxpayers
be here
ran
now.
for office, but it's a voluntary thing.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything to do with that. I believed that if the prices, if our values went up, I'm okay with that as long as the mill rate came down. I don't know if that's going to happen. No one has said, I don't have any inside information. I'm just saying I
Well,
haven't heard that it's going, but it should, right? I mean, like,
no,
let's
but
keep the
I mean,
budget.
the Connecticut Post projected it was going down to 19. But even at 19.
What is it now, 28?
28.35.
But even at
19, it's still an increase.
my
Still an increase.
taxes would go up $3,500.
Mine will go up like 2,000 even at 19.
I gotta look at
that's
19.
35, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now that's if it goes there. It may not go there because they, you know, they say it's. I don't see how the budget that they're asking for. Oh, I turned it off.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's so much more, like, more homes in Fairfield.
I know. Let's really bear some of this, but
You
yeah.
know, that there would be, I don't know, a lot more people contributing to the pot.
Just
So
us. It's just the three of us, it looks like.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the three of us. Yeah.
Anyway, good luck. We'll see
Good
what
luck. It's very nice
happens.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
With this guy in the hallway, I said, because the girl came in, she said, hey, can you do it? Because he's here. And I'm like, I guess, but I thought he was waiting for lunch. Like, she's a little bit troublemaking, if I'm honest. She's like, but like, what are you poking around for? He said he wanted Paulette. So I go out there and I'm talking to the man and I said, because I thought, okay, there's a chance he doesn't want to wait. I don't fucking hear it. What do I care? So I go out there and then there's a guy on like the phone in the copy room and he's like talking on his cell phone like a big deal. And then, so I said to the man, because I have my next person is Sasco Hill, but not, it's like 128. So I said, are you Sasco Hill? And he said, I am. And I said, are you 128? He said, no, I'm 1,000. And I hear the guy being like, hang on, I gotta go. I'm gonna go. And he hangs up. He's like, I'm the lawyer. And I was like, oh, I said to him, I was like, calm down, you're the lawyer. Give me a break. Oh,
I'm
no.
not surprised because he's been in here before.
I'm sure.
He's a good guy, but yeah. So.
You know, like,
Whatever.
there's so, everyone's so full of themselves here. But anyway, they're here, they're ready if you want to do it. I don't think there's anybody else out here.
Yeah, I'll take him. Actually, he is supposed to be here now. I thought he was supposed to be here later, but he's got like 5 appeals,
I'm still
so.
looking for mine.
Okay.
I think I lost my paper, too.
Uh-oh.
You have Marlboro first.
I have Marlboro first. Okay.
Yeah, she's in here waiting.
Okay.
These are done.
No, this is done. I can't give you these because they're so screwed up. I have to reread these. I could not take the time with the information that this guy gave me. I need to look at it.
Okay.
This one, though, you can, this one,
Honestly,
no,
all
I
you
need to look
need
at
is
this
the
one, too.
time and the address.
Okay.
And the appellant, so.
Hi, come on in. Sorry to keep you waiting. There's a little bit of a backlog there.
I think for the work, I just,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know, I have to go to work again.
Okay, 11:40.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to read something into the record, say where, swear you in, and then we'll go over what you have to say. It won't take long, I promise. Okay, you're here representing yourself. Okay, all right. This is appeal number 330. It's 11:40 a.m. The address is 132 Marlborough Terrace, and tell me your name.
Heidi Esinana.
Okay. Oh, here you are.
My-
Okay.
my-
Heidi
my-
Estrada is
yeah.
appearing for your parents, right? Just the parents?
Okay. Yes, I can't reach somebody, my husband, me too.
Your husband. Oh, okay, your husband. Okay.
Sorry.
The town value of the property is $602,900. You're asking for the amount to be reduced to to 500,000. Okay. Raise your right hand, please.
Oh.
Do you solemnly swear that the information you're about to give regarding this appeal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You just sign there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guys send you a letter better to understand, because.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I have some for real estate. They give me 400. The house.
What's this?
For real estate, they send me cards.
Oh, they give you cards. Okay.
Yeah, for sale.
So they're offering you this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
At the neighborhood, I saw that. Even 2021, I should be here because I don't understand. I don't know about
Excuse
that.
me.
Nothing.
Hello. It is. Yes, Martin. How do you do? Good. I'm actually doing an appeal right now. How can I help you? That's okay. Yes. Just the only question I had was, because we received an extension to hear appeals, does the public get an extension in their timeline to hand them in? They do. Oh. From Fairfield, you don't have it? Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Right, that's correct, yep. Okay. Right, this is a reval year for us. I don't know what they're going to ask for. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I thought. I was told by our board chair that that's not true, that we do not get an extension, but I thought we did. Okay, and okay, great. Okay, great. All right, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll call their office and let them know to look for a letter from you. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Martin. I appreciate your call. Okay, yep. Bye-bye. Sorry, that was about these appeals. Okay, so, all right, so now what are we saying here? Your current assessment is 6029. Your assessment or your appraisal? You have a letter for me?
Oh, yeah, letter.
Oh, let me see.
Letter. I give them a letter. Why?
It might be in here. I don't know.
Yeah, letter, yeah. I have to give you a letter.
I didn't look through the whole thing, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's some house, this house there around. Yeah, you have a letter. I wish you had. Oh, my God, no, don't say that.
Maybe I don't have a letter, but maybe it's in here somewhere. All right, let's not. Oh, here it is. I got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I don't want to waste your time, so let me. Okay, you take that one. I'll take this one. Okay. All right.
And I have this. Don't forget that, please.
No, I've got that. Let me
Yeah.
see. Let me see that. Just leave that there now. Especially submit the letter. Okay, your home was originally built in 1915 with a stone foundation. Secure custody. You obtained the proper permission. Let me see now. During COVID period, your husband personally worked to improve the property. Okay. Some background on financial situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Given these factors, respect your okay. Yeah.
Because we do. Thank you guys who give me to do some of them. And old. Yeah.
Property records and home in my neighborhood. My driveway is small. Requirements to be parking. My backyard is steep and hilly. This is what I want to highlight. Okay.
If you can help me, please, because my kids is have two girls in college now. For the one.
Okay.
So it's very tiny and that's example. My
yep, your example.
They better position, even they five. Yeah, it's 450 to 500. you know. It's, I
Okay,
don't
so
think
you're saying, and now, what you brought me here too is,
Yeah, they send me
written
that.
offer,
I don't know, send me mail. Every time they call me,
discuss your offer, okay.
just,
All right, so you
Yeah.
have a cash offer,
yeah. This my house is down, just tiny and it's all
401,897, okay.
25 feet with a 25. And everything's all just on the top, yeah.
So everything's kind of in original condition,
Yeah.
okay?
And even 2021, I don't know why just I'm clean up around and they make me 30%.
What do you mean 30%? I'm not,
30% taxes up.
oh, okay.
Because
Well, taxes do go up, unfortunately.
Just hey, I write over there.
Okay, it's not really.
Then my daughter, I'm sorry, she's do for me the papers. She should be
Okay,
here.
oh, here's
She's
one
in
on Marlboro,
college.
here's one on Marlboro Terrace.
Yeah, that neighborhood.
Can't even see it, it's so small.
I'm sorry that she.
See
Yeah.
if I can use a magnifier on it.
Yeah, you can go on them. And the better condition, better everything they have, you know. Mine's just tiny and tall in the hill, you know.
You're on a hill.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I'm a hill. My house is. I'm sorry, did she not? That's
Did any of these houses sell?
No,
Okay. When,
they're my house.
I see,
Just
okay.
tall.
You're on a
tiny.
hill?
No, I'm not here. Yeah. No entry. My car is out.
No driveway?
No, one driveway, just small. I don't know. I don't fix yet because no money. You know.
Okay, yep,
And the back is hilly. You have everything right there.
Okay.
My daughter, all right for you.
when you come before the board, when you come to us, our job is to find fair market value, which means the price that somebody would pay to buy your house, okay? And how we determine that is by looking at other houses similar to yours in a similar neighborhood that's sold. And we take that and we say, okay, look at this one on, street number A, it's sold for $500,000. It's just like hers. Okay, well, she has a point. This one sold for $510, very close to hers. Okay, has a point.
Nobody has. My house is not having. Everybody's there, you know.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, in order for us to look at whether or not your house should be valued at $500,000, we need to see houses that sold in your neighborhood to see how closely they are related to that price. Okay, and that's not. We don't even know if that is. People get those in the mail all the time.
Yeah.
But until they actually come to your house, you don't really know what they're going to give you. They say they're going to offer it to you, but I bet if you call, did you call the number?
No, I don't want to sell the house.
Okay.
I have a kid in Fairfield. I have a.
Okay.
I pay college, and I have a lot of problems. My husband sometimes work, no work.
Yeah.
I have the problem too. Just on me. I'm working sport clips. The minimum.
Do you know any real estate agents? In Fairfield?
No, really.
Okay. All right.
And I pay Fairfield, and
It's not cheap, I know.
It's cheap. I try to pay them off, don't want to make them, they're good kids. Don't make them upset. This make him upset too. Say, what the heck, Mom? Why is how I'm trying to
You have a daughter in Fairfield?
Two of them. And my son is want to be for summer college, New Haven or Fairfield, decision yet.
Can you ask your daughter to call me?
Yes.
Because I think I can make her understand better what I need, and she still may be able to have time to send it to me.
Oh, okay.
And that would help us a lot with this, because with this, it's not going to work.
Oh, okay.
This is not what we need.
Oh.
Okay, I need sold properties to compare it to. But have her call me, and I will explain to her exactly what I need. I'll tell her where to find it, and she can email me with the information that I need. Do you understand?
Do you need real estate too?
No, I don't need. I asked you if you knew one because I was going to send you to them.
No.
But if you don't have one, have your daughter call me,
Oh.
and I will explain to her what I need, and she can send it to me. How's that?
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
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 All right? Because with this, I'm not going to be too lucky getting anybody to agree with me that this is worth only $500,000 because I don't have the documents, the evidence to show them. Do you know what I mean?
There's nothing why not say, because
If these houses didn't sell,
Ah.
that doesn't work. They have to have sold. It has to be, you have to say to me, here's my house.
Okay.
I think it's worth this much because this house sold for the same price, and it's just like mine. This one sold for a little bit more. It's bigger than mine. This one, you know what I mean? Are you getting it? No. Okay. Just so, but if you have your daughter call me, I can explain it very easily to her, and then I'll tell her what to do and where to send it, and we'll put it in your packet, and I'll discuss it with the board. Okay?
So nothing what we say, yeah?
Pardon me?
Nothing help you what we say.
Not what we're saying now is not helping me. It has to be the way I just told you. Okay, so just have her call me when she's home from school. She can call me. It doesn't have to be during the day. It's a cell phone. She can call me in the evening, whenever she's available. Just have her call me. Okay? And that way I think we can help. We can at least try to help you. At this, I would be no help to you at all.
I don't know why that's 2021. I do that stuff.
Okay, 2021 is a long time ago for this. We can't consider what happened in 2021. We're looking at what happened in 2024, 2025.
I should, yeah, you're right.
Okay, so don't lose that, and just please have her call me.
Wow.
Okay?
I screwed up everywhere.
Well, that's all right. Yes, this is not easy to do, and people don't, if you don't really know how to do it, most people don't. You're not the only one who comes in here with this kind of a thing. So don't feel bad about it. But we can correct it. It can be fixed. So we can, if I talk to her, I'm sure I can make it work out to get me something that I can bring to the board to discuss. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your daughter's name?
Amanda.
Amanda. Okay. Have Amanda call me, and I'm sure that I can discuss with her what we need. I'm sure very easy for her to get it for me, and all she has to do is email it to me.
Oh,
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you
Take
for-
care now.
Thank
You too.
I should do just don't know,
Sorry to keep you waiting. Hey, Katie, when you were a kid, you're a lot younger than me, never mind. I said, you're a lot younger than me, so never mind.
What?
When Helene and I were kids,
Yeah.
we were home from school, there was a show that used to be on called Queen for a Day.
Okay.
And it was like a show where women would come on there and tell a sad tale.
Yeah. Women?
Women would come on, married women would come on, or somebody would come in and say things like, my husband lost his job, my kids are beating me up, and all this stuff. And then there'd be 3 or 4 women. And then the panel would decide which one deserved the prize. And the prize would always be a Speed Queen washer dryer, and they'd get a cape and a crown, all those things, and they'd be queen for a day, and they'd get this washer dryer. These people are giving me the queen for a day.
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore. This woman doesn't even speak English. She never should have come in here on her own.
Does she have
Here's the
any?
cops. Who could see it? You see this?
Oh.
I can't even read it.
Yeah, well, I can read it, but
But these are not sold comps. They're just neighborhood.
they're just neighborhoods.
So I told her to have her daughter call me. Just give me a call. I'll tell the daughter. She still has time. We haven't talked. Let the daughter submit the comp.
Any chance this Saska Hills also one of your Saska Hills? Because I want to do the same thing. They're not coming in, and they don't really have any comps either. And I
Oh, what, you mean one of these guys?
yeah,
I doubt it because
it's not connected, but
let me see. Adam.
Helene said she was coming here today. Why are there just 2 of us? We are
I don't
never
know.
going to get through this.
No, we're not. And Helene isn't coming today. Helene's busy today. Helene's doing her religious marathon today.
What's that?
Rosary, Stations of the Cross, and
Well,
something
I
else.
have to tell her something. My friend's brother just committed suicide. His funeral is Saturday. His parents organized the funeral, although he's married with children, so I'm not sure why he's a parent, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Parents belong to my church. They met with that priest who I have an issue with, and I don't know the particulars, so I don't want to be spreading, but they made it so difficult. He made it so difficult for them that they're doing the service at St. Anthony's.
What church? St. Thomas?
Yep.
Oh.
And I said, because how for a long time Catholics thought suicide was
Yeah,
a sin,
no
but
good,
since
yeah.
1980 something, they said no. You are in your right mind when you make that choice. You deserve a mass of Christian burial. So that's not the issue. So I don't want to be insensitive. And I don't know the parents well. I mean, I grew up as a girl 20 years ago. I see her occasionally around town, but we're not like friends like that anymore. So I don't want to butt in, but I have a good friend whose parents are friends with them. Anyway, so I'm getting this information. I feel pretty straightforward. And to say it was the organist, it was the fees he wanted to charge, it was the readings, it was a hurdle at every step of the way. So they went to a different church that they're not even members of. I said, at the worst moment of your life, there's nothing worse.
You know, the Catholics are famous for that.
Why are you making it a problem?
I'm sorry, but, you know, I'm Catholic, but, you know, they just do not make anything easy.
Well, this guy specifically does not make
Who
anything
is it? Which
easy. David Roman. He's new.
I don't know.
He's been there a year.
I don't know.
Well, Helene was on my side initially.
And now?
And now she's like, I'm going to give him a chance, and I
don't give him a chance.
I'm not.
She said something to me this morning. She goes, oh, I hear Father Sam is going away. And
he is.
I'm like, at St. Pius, I'm like, I don't think that's a big loss. And there was dead silence. I'm like,
oh, I love
I thought, and then I said, but I don't, but see, I said, I don't really go to church.
Don't.
I said, I don't really like to go to church. I like to go to Stations of the Cross. There's some things I like and I'll do, but I don't like Mass. So I said, but he might not be the one that everybody doesn't like. I don't know.
No, he is, I think.
Oh.
She's crazy. She's asking, where is that coming from? Because but I like him. I did confession for him once. He was at St. Thomas, but he came in just because we were, you know, like I guess we had to shift around. And I was basically saying how much I didn't like the new priest. And he was fantastic, honestly.
Really?
That was my only interaction with the guy. And I go to St. Pius occasionally because it is closer, but
yeah.
But so I love that, but everyone else has a very different opinion. So
yeah, see, I listen to what my brothers. I thought it might not be him though. It's so funny. The one who left. This was years ago. Oh God, what was his name?
He's not the one that like had the affair.
No, that's somebody else.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I don't go to church that much. But one night, we were all going out to dinner. It was my brother, a friend of mine. Me. It was they were doing a mass for my parents and their parents. They were best friends. So we all went to church for this, memorial mass. And so we're sitting there, and that's the night that guy and that priest announces that he's leaving. He doesn't say why, of course.
Yeah.
So the friend of mine leans over and he goes, "When's the wedding?" I'm like, "I have no idea." Sure enough, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, son of a gun. The only time I go to church,
I know.
And this is what I'm hearing.
No, I never heard anything scandalous. I just heard he's kind of difficult.
Oh, okay.
And that people are just like, but I can't
the woman I was yelling. It's a good thing I yelled like that. See, it pays to yell. I was yelling at that woman on the phone. She was from the Office of Policy and Management.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't give me any information. That's what I was. She said, "You have to
what?
go to." We have an extension. Peter told me, he sent me an email that said that we were granted an extension until May 4th. I said to him, did you get approval for the extension? Oh, yeah, March 4th. Okay. So Adam Blank told me that, the guy that's out there now waiting, said that if you get an extension, you have to move the appeals deadline, right? but Ross never tells us that, and Peter doesn't know that. So I sent Peter an email that says, because he told me. I said, I was told blah, blah, blah. He says, no, you're wrong. It's only if the assessor doesn't do the grand list in time. That's not true. So I said, I'm going to call the Office of Policy and Management. I did. She called me back, and she's giving me this big story about how I have to ask the assessor, and that's what I was saying. It's nothing. What am I going to ask him for?
Yeah.
You're good for nothing. I have the phone. The supervisor called me up, Martin Heffers, very nice man. He said, you're right. If you get an extension, people get an extension to 5. He said, that's absolutely true. He said, by the way, we do not have a letter from your select person saying that you asked for an extension. You're going to be in trouble legally if she doesn't send that in 2 weeks. He goes, I'm sending her a letter right now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
You're going to get in trouble for causing so much shit.
I don't care.
But then there's someone like this, who they're not asking for a ton. They filed this early February. They didn't come, I imagine, because they weren't notified. And I'm not saying that's their fault downstairs, because the mail is kind of quirky. Yeah. But, like, if it turns out actually they could still be filing. But this is crazy, because when I added, they told me downstairs, don't do that anymore.
What?
I said, I'll stay late. So like, there's no way for us to schedule that. I said, I can't stay late today. I have to leave. But I was like, I'll make it. So if I'm coming in at 4, maybe I'll come at 3.
Yeah, that's what I did. I came in at 9:30 for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, so don't. Yeah, they told me you set your own schedule.
You know what? They don't say a thing about it.
Yeah,
I gave them all kinds of things. They said reschedule. I gave them 6 things to reschedule. They didn't say they wouldn't do it.
So I put a post-it envelope saying I encourage them to I left a voicemail, encourage them to reschedule. I didn't call this lady, but I should.
Call her.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, find out. Yeah, she's not in the group because when it's him, his name is on it.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Okay, can you do me a favor while you're up? Yeah, send them in.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, so I'm sick of these people just doing whatever they goddamn please. Yeah, I mean, really. good, Harry. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. We had a backlog because I was sick the other day, so. I actually didn't know I was supposed to be here today, so it screwed up. But
Hello, I got
Hi, how are
Tim
you?
Stewart. Can we start with 1,000?
we can start with, oh, here it is, right here.
All right, yeah. He's the homeowner.
Okay, let's start with 1,000. I'm good, how are you? I'm
I'd
Paulette.
shake your hand if that's okay. I don't
Certainly.
want to,
No,
but
it's
if you don't want me to.
No, that's fine.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Pleasure.
to meet you.
Thank you for your service here. Are you just temporary?
Well, we're some of us, there's 9 people on the board this year.
Yep.
Some of us were elected. I'm one of the elected ones. Some of us are appointed to help out because we've had 900 appeals.
Right.
So
How
I'm
many
here for
appeals?
4 years.
Wow.
4 years. Yeah, 4 years. 900 and something appeals.
Okay.
So just a few. It'll just take us a little time to get through them, but really don't worry. Okay.
Good. Well,
So now,
thank
are
for
you
your
both
service.
going to talk?
I'm going
Yeah, swear him in.
I'm going to.
I have to swear you in. That's why I'm asking that. Okay. Let me just get this square. Okay. I just have to read some things in the record, and then we'll get started.
They waited so long, you gotta take off the 5 million.
Okay, I'll do it.
You know, I don't even listen.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Oh, that's it. Yes, 5 million. Let's 5 million. No big deal. Okay, I'll take that off.
Goodbye.
Maybe you should go see her. No, I'm like, let's see. This is appeal number 337. It is 1202. It's 1,000 Sasco Hill Road. The owner has Sasco Hill Views LLC. The town's of value is $90,054, and you're asking for an amount of $10 million. Okay, I have to swear you in. Okay, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give regarding this appeal shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, please sign right there. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now, all right, let's see here. You're here. What is your name, sir?
Timothy J. Stewart. S-T-U-A-R-T.
All righty, we have to have a record of who's here. That's good. Okay, think we're all set with that. Okay, so I would love to hear what you have to say. Tell me why you're appealing.
Sure. So, and I'm giving you, which some of that is duplicative of what you have, but it does include an appraisal report.
Oh, good.
I'm not
Okay.
sure that you have. And
I don't have that.
So we put $10 million down on the BAA form. Now that we've gotten the appraisal report, the appraisal came in at $11 million.
Okay.
So we obviously are acceptable with 11 instead of 10. But
I'll also say the appraisal report is just using Sasco Hill values, so we're not looking also at
That's good.
other, areas,
yeah.
equivalent areas. Go ahead.
The one which we've discussed it. Another one was on the town field card. On the Sasco Hill,
Mhm.
they made the neighborhood adjustment, and then they made an additional
The extra
the
adjustment.
extra adjustment.
How do you feel about that?
Don't think we love that.
I don't think so.
For perspective, from the last reval to this reval, it's about a 120% increase in value on the property. This seems to be extraordinarily high. I mean, obviously, there's some increase in value, but 120% or so overall seems pretty high. The other thing too that's sort of noteworthy is that the prior reval, the improvement of the home was valued at $4 million. That was increased from $4 million to $9 million in this revaluation, despite there being no substantial work done on the house, which typically on the improvement side, those usually depreciate, not appreciate or stay flat.
That's true, yeah, unless you did something to it, yeah. So let's see here. Oh, I see, let me see now. Oh, how nice, all right. That's so nice. Let's see. So, all right, so now we're contesting that too. Let's see, now here's right here. Appraised value of the building.
I'll let Tim talk. Why don't you tell her about your neighbor?
Sure. So a couple things. So we went through the process with Tyler Technologies, and I'm a numbers guy, so I actually looked at every house in the street. I want to try to understand the logic, the algorithm, or just to make sure that it seems reasonable. But so the first thing is, I guess, on 640 Sasco Hill, Tyler Technologies told me that the town did not use that as a comparable. That property sold for $10.4 million on April 30th. It closed on April 30th. And they said the reason that it wasn't used, and this is just hearsay, I guess, but this is what Tyler Technologies said. That the town viewed it as a closed sale, meaning there was a relationship between the buyer and the seller. And that's just, I know both parties, they swear there was no relationship. I don't want to get in the middle of that. I'll let the town, you'll have maybe an opportunity, or someone will have an opportunity to talk to them later. The second issue is that I think the second property that they were using that seems to be the basis for all the land valuations certainly was, what is it, 794?
Yeah.
Which was a property that closed on January 2nd.
What year?
Of 2025. Okay. And that, however, the buyer was the previous renter, long-term renter of that property, and the broker has told a neighbor that they didn't want that property to go on the MLS. So if there is a kind of a closed property deal that should not be used for valuation purposes, maybe it should be that.
Yeah, and that was the one that sort of set the very high end of the market.
Correct. So they aren't using the low end of the market comp, which was a legitimate sale, but they are using the high end. My property address is 1000 Sasco Hill Road. Right next door to me is 1078. 1078, and I only know this because I came to the town, went to the building department to figure out, it is a massive renovation project.
That's a brick one?
Yes, right on the corner.
Yeah, because I always pass it when I go to the beach.
According to, at the time when I talked to him, is it Went? Jim Went?
Jim Went, yeah, at the time, yeah.
He told me that this is a $34 million renovation project. Huge. I don't know how someone spends $34 million, but they redid the entire property. In 2020, the interiors on that house, the improvements, rather, where I don't want to misrepresent, let me make sure I got my data. The interiors on that house were 1078, were valued at $10,757,000. In 2025, it dropped to $9,951. So when you start looking,
his doubles, and the neighbor puts $30 million in, and they go down.
Right, and my interiors suddenly went from the valuation went from in 2020 $3,970,000 to $9 million, over $9 million. So I'm asking, what the heck is going on?
I wish I knew.
It seems like a very, I just want reasonableness. I'm not asking, but I can't understand what the heck is going on.
And I'll say,
go ahead.
On the appraisal report, to go back to one thing.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Our appraiser used both the comp that you mentioned was the low part of the market, as well as the comp that was the high comp, that's comps 1 and 4.
Wait a minute. 1
and 4.
4.
But then he also used 2 others right there on Sasco Hill Road.
Yeah.
So we think it's 4 comps all in that 1-year period.
Yep.
All on Sasco Hill Road. So we think those are, they're not none of them are identical properties, but it's a pretty good representation to have a reliable valuation.
And 1078 is 4.2 acres. I'm 3.1.
Let me look at something.
We're right next door to each other.
Let me just look at something on the field card about that. Hang on a second.
Please do.
I saw your field card here somewhere. I should have left it open at that page. Here it is.
Back of the appraisal.
Yeah. Here it is. No, that's not it. see what he did here. Oh, yes, yeah, okay. He did that, he did it on all, let me just see what he did with some of these, if it's, okay.
Although
So
sometimes you use
Sasko,
different
okay, there we
words
go.
for
Yeah,
describe.
he's using different words, yep. Sasko, one thing I will tell you,
Yep.
which is a plus for you, not that it helps because the value is so high, but, I didn't realize this until just now, I never looked before, but Sasko Hill Road is in a AAA zone.
Yep.
And so what he does with that, in a way you're lucky, because only in a AAA zone, if you look at your field card, anything over 2 acres, he discounts the price. So even at a discounted price, he's saying that your lot is worth $6,300,000.
Yeah, right.
That's
Right.
a discounted price.
And I'm looking at on a dollars per acre basis. So if we go back to 2020, my acreage was valued on a per acre basis with a slight discount to my neighbor next to me. And now it's gone to a huge premium of 35% premium on just a dollar per acre basis. So while they decreased his interior improvements, if you look at the total improvement on a per square foot of finished space, they decreased him from I'm sorry, I don't want to misrepresent anything here. Let me make sure I get the dollars per on just the improvements. Net improvements per square foot, net improvements per square foot. Okay, so on 1078, they decreased him from 763 a square foot to 706, whereas they increased me from 388 to 886. This is on the original valuation, so I guess it's 860 now, from 388 to 860, and I'm a huge premium to my guy next door that just invested $30 million. On the land piece, I don't want to misrepresent anything here. It's just land per acre. Okay. On the land piece, they increased him from $1,034,000 an acre to $1,583,000. They moved me from $983,000, call it $984,000 to $2,028,000.
I'm sorry.
Now
Say that.
$2,028,000 per acre, and he's at $1,583,000.
Wait, go back.
So it's just, sorry.
They increased you from what?
They increased me from, on just the acreage piece, from $983,000 an acre to $2,028,000. So,
okay,
whatever percentage that is. And they increased him from $1,034,000 to $1,583,000. So I'm at $2,028,000 per acre. He's at $1,583,000. So he's now a discount to me.
Yeah.
Right next door. Same our properties abut each other. And I just don't understand. And this is after he just dramatically upgraded his property, put in a new pool, a pool house, all sorts of things over there.
I wonder if not that it makes that's a huge discrepancy. So I'm not, believe me, I'm not.
So I'm just pointing out. And what I'm just looking for is rationality and reasonableness and fairness.
The last thing I would ever do is make an excuse for the assessor.
No, I'm not asking.
Believe me. But it could be now. Did they get their CO for that house? I wonder.
Yes.
They did get it.
I believe that.
Okay. Are they in it?
I believe they are.
Okay. Because there's a difference if, of course, not the land, but the house. There's a difference if there's only 50% that they discount it, but if they're in it, then they probably got the CO.
Yeah.
I think that your best, and all good, valid points, great argument. Your best, of course, is the appraisal.
Yes, I agree.
So now, let me tell you what the board will say, because I know them. When they see this number, they will drop dead. This will kill them to think that they have to drop this down $500,000, or $5 million. Excuse me,
Right.
$5 million. But it is what it is, and if it's right, it's right. So I'm not saying that they won't do it, but I'm going to say that they're going to look at the appraisal. We're going to argue about it. I know what's going to happen, and hopefully the smarter heads, the more rational people will prevail. to give you what you're asking for. One of three things could happen. We could read this appraisal and say, okay, the appraiser's right. What are we going to do? This is the way it is. Approve the appeal. Or they'll say, well, you know what? We don't believe that the appraiser is correct, which they really have no business to say. They should not be saying that. They have no credentials to back it up.
Yep.
The appraiser has his credentials on the back of your appraisal report. If you ask any of the board members to show theirs, they won't have them.
Right.
So that won't work. And then there's the issue of where they can just say, well, we're not going to approve it at all. It's completely wrong, which they shouldn't do. But these are the things that could happen. In that case, you can go to court. So Adam will spend time in court with you, and you'll win, most likely.
I will.
So, yeah. So because of what's here and what you have. So I understand what you're saying. The appraisal is where we'll base, certainly comps are here. Everything you gave me I have written down, and I'll do my best to present it in that light, and hopefully it will go your way.
And I just, it's just the look, I'm a long-time resident of the town, and I feel like, why am I being targeted?
How many years have you been here?
Oh, gosh. So I moved to Fairfield in
This is appeal number 334, 510 Sasko Hill Road. James Vos is the owner. He's here with attorney Adam Blank. Both will testify, so I'll be swearing in Mr. Vos. The town has put a value of $3,590,288 on the property, and the ask amount is $2,300,000. Okay, it is 12:20 p.m. Okay. There you go. You're gonna speak, right?
Yes, that's clear. I mean,
And we'll swear you in, just in case.
Sure.
Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you're about to give regarding this appeal shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Okay, I'll have you sign at the X that you've been sworn in.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have the appraisal report for this one?
I might, because it's pretty thick, so let me check. Usually I review them, but if there's an appraisal, I wait, because it's like, well.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have it. Yep, we have it. Okay, appraisal
And you
report.
got the real field card, too, right?
See if I did. Let's see if that's this. 510 Sasko Hill.
It's not.
I think I have it right here. I do.
Okay.
Okay. Here we are with this. I'm sure we're not happy about that. Okay. What would you like to tell me?
Go ahead. All right, so I'll start. So what I see, you've highlighted one of our points, which is
I knew it was coming.
on the multiple, so the influence factor in the
Yep.
neighborhood location. So the town, as you mentioned, the town was at $3.6 million, and Taylor Bierbauer, our appraiser, to do an appraisal report at $2.3 million. What's notable on this one is this is an undersized, non-conforming lot, and it's the land value on this quarter-acre lot is $3.1 million, so that comes out to $12 million per acre.
What was that?
$12 million per acre. So our primary issue is, of course, then with that land value, that it's 12 million acres.
Let me go back to that. Please just need to stay on this. Okay. Yeah, see, because he's undersized in that zone, he doesn't get any adjustment.
No.
Anyway,
It's an upward adjustment.
right.
not the-
Yep, you get the upward. Yes, you got the upward adjustment. That's for sure. Yep.
But just 12 million an acre and 3 million for the land, and so the lot itself, so undersized is not really a good thing.
No.
And it's got a sloping grade with no real usable yard area. It's not a perfect, like, rectangular shaped lot. That's got a sort of a vintage.
Excuse me, 1 second. I'm waiting for the hospital to call, so just, hello? Hello? Not the hospital. Sorry.
So it's got an older split level home. It's a 2-bedroom house. So you have kind of an existing structure with hard sort of marketability, but it's also hard to sell that as a tear down because there's no expansion.
Right, where are you going with it? Yeah.
It's a small lot and the grade. So it's not it's not an ideal lot, even though it's a nice street. So the $12 million of land value makes it even more
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anything you'd have to do basically would have to get a waiver from the ZBA, Zoning Board of Appeals, because it's non-conforming in practically every aspect you can imagine. Setback.
Right, because of the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus the topography. So.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know that you get a waiver.
No,
I don't know.
you certainly can't assume that.
No. You spend a lot of money to try to get it, and on that size lot, I don't know how you're going to get it. How are you going to meet any of those things?
Yeah.
Your neighbors would put up a stake.
They would.
So,
yeah.
So, and then on the house, it previously had decent golf course views.
Yep.
But a new house has just gone up next door. That's much taller than the old one, and that obscures a lot of the view. So the view's gotten a lot worse. And again, so going to impact the land value, but also sticking with the land value, that year at Oakfield and Pasco is right on the intersection.
The top of Oldfield and Pasco, where there's now a three-way stop sign.
Yeah, I was wondering. That is new, right? Because I went down. I'm like, I don't remember this being here before.
Yeah. Used to be a stop sign just with the top of Oldfield. Now there's one on both sides of Pasco.
But so it's not. Look, it's not the post road, but it's not a quiet little cul-de-sac.
That's a busy
area.
street,
It's a busy street.
especially in the summer.
And so there's a negative influence from that.
Yep.
From that factor. So, which again, we feel like is a negative influence on the land value. So sort of harping in on that.
Yep.
The Taylor Bierbauer, the appraiser, you've got that report in front of you. Again, he did it as of all of our appraisals are as of the reval date 2/10/1. The 2/3 number, and you'll see he did, because this is a little bit different than the last one you saw. So some of his comps, the comps aren't on tap.
Right.
But he's explained in the analysis section.
There are no comps on that.
Yeah, which ones he used and why, and he did use 5 different comps. It's not like he just used 3. He gets a pretty wide range. Again, all closed before the reval.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, it is. Hi, Dr. Mejia. How are you?
Please sit down.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so just so I understand, just so I'm clear, there is some plaque there, but it's not really enough to block any flow. Okay, and the valve is moderate, not severe yet. Okay, so really nothing really to do at this point. Okay, that's good news. Okay. Did you go through the arm or the leg? Okay, so I don't have to worry about him walking upstairs or anything. Okay, great. Okay. Yeah, he has a friend. Yep, he's gonna do that, and then I'll stop by later and take a look at him. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You too. Bye-bye. Okay, all set. Thank you. Sorry, my brother was having a procedure done today, so they were just giving me I have a nursing background, so they were just giving me the information, but everything went well. So
Oh, good. That's great.
Yep.
Good.
So I won't. I'm not gonna kind of.
You're not going to read me the appraisal.
Going into the comps and stuff, and the adjustments, but,
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I'm glad that you pointed out what you did about the comps, because I know that the board will, I understand how they work.
Okay.
And I know that they'll say, that to be their first question, what do you mean you got a comp on Old Field Road? That has nothing to do with Sasko Hill Road. Well, actually it does, in this case.
Sure.
So I can certainly see why he used these.
Very similar and not.
Yeah, you're not going to find, you're right, there are no comps on Sasko Hill Road, and for them to use one and make millions of dollars of adjustment because of the land, it just can't do it.
Yeah.
It won't work.
Yeah,
That would be worse.
And I think, I mean, if just to put this in your head, is that you have, and you'll have, I think, a couple of other appraisal reports from us with the same appraiser for houses on Sasko Hill, and if they're on the other end of the street, you know, he's used Sasko Hill comps, so it's not like he wasn't aware of the comps.
No, he knows.
It's not like he's never using them because, they're much too high, let's only use the other, far away.
Yeah.
When they are appropriate, he's used them, and when they're not appropriate, he hasn't.
Right, and they make adjustments, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, like, here he makes a $175,000 adjustment. Okay, but if you had to use Sasko Road, it'd be like $2 million adjustment. It just doesn't work. So, yeah.
The only other thing I would point out is
Yes.
that we had the house in the market for 2 years,
Well, that's good to know.
from September 18 to September 20,
So through the pandemic, when everything went up.
and it was on for 2,495. We got no offers for 2 years, no offers.
Wow.
I wasn't willing to cut the price, and they weren't willing to pay up, so nothing happened.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That's interesting though, because
Yeah.
and again, we're looking for fair market value, which is why you do the appraisal.
Yes.
And if you can't sell it, then what is the fair market value? We don't really know, but the appraiser says this is what it is, and so.
Yeah, but it would be hard to say, at least as of the end of 2020, that it was worth 2.5 or higher than 2.5 if you can't sell it.
Right, you can't sell it, so that was, okay, yeah. 20, so it was between, it was on the market through September of 2020?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I have the right date.
2018 to September 2020.
So, you're right, at that time, it would be worth less than $2,495,000. You had no offers?
None.
Okay.
No offers.
Okay.
So that's
Okay, so to me, it's straightforward. I really don't have any issues with it. Okay.
okay.
Very good.
Thank you very much for coming in. Very nice to meet you.
No, thank you very
Good
much.
luck to you. My pleasure. Oh, just so it's clear, I should say
Yes.
that what happens is I bring this to the board, present all the information. They
Okay.
vote.
Okay.
If they vote to reduce it to your requested amount, great.
Okay.
If they don't, they might say, well, we'll take some of it, but not all of it.
Okay.
Or they might say, no, there's no reason for that. It should be what the town says. You can go, if you're not satisfied with our answer, you can go to court. And
Okay.
I would definitely go to court. I love to
Okay.
go to court.
Well,
Not many
we're just
people
looking
say that,
for-
but I love to go to
for
court.
what's fair. That's what we're doing.
And the only way you may, hopefully you don't have to go to court, but if you have to, I would go because of that reason. I want what's fair. And the other reason to go, people don't realize, is that there is a factor in there where, let's say we left it at 359, or say, 336, just to round it up.
Yeah.
The next time in 5 years when they do this, that's your base. You don't want to start there if you don't have to. If
Right.
it should, if you can get it to a lower amount that makes more sense, you want to start at a lower base price. So,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Just
That's
mention
good
it.
to know.
Yep.
Great.
Just saying, as they say,
Okay.
just saying.
All right, I'm going to
Very nice to meet you. My
stick in here
pleasure.
and work through a few more.
Okay.
But
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Take care.
Take care.
Are we still on?
We won't be in a minute. Okay, it is 12:35. This is appeal number 333, 504 Sasko Hill Road. Thomas Kreitler is the owner. The town value is $7,514,751. The ask amount is $5 million. Appearing for the appellant is Attorney Adam Blank. We will not be swearing him in. It's not required. And so here we go.
Thank you. So on this one, the prior reval number was 3.1 million.
Okay.
So it went from 3.1 to 7.5. So it's about 133%, 150% increase. It seems high. start. We have got the same sort of both the neighborhood and the location adjustment factor on the land, sort of double dipping that's come up on other Sasko Hill appeals. Our second point.
Yep.
And I said this was going to be a quick one. Our third point is that we asked but weren't able to get anyone to agree or to confirm that we could push this hearing date. So what I would like to do is to ask you to allow us to, quote, keep the hearing open solely for us to submit the appraisal report. The appraiser has done the inspection but hasn't yet completed the report. It should be any day now, but he just knew he couldn't have it for today. So we'd like to be able to submit that.
Okay, so let me make sure I got that clearly. You asked to have this delayed. You asked for a different date.
Right.
A later date.
We didn't get it when we couldn't get a response back. We didn't get told no, but we didn't get a later date
Got no
either.
response. Okay.
And so I know you definitely have the ability to say, okay, Adam, we're not going to let you talk more, and we're not going to take up any more time, but we will I'm not sort of closing this and saying you're done. I will allow you to submit the appraisal report, so long as we have it before we begin our.
Yeah, that's fine. I would agree that you have the right to send that in, because there's other people sending other things in too, so you're not the only one. But yeah, so you don't want to come back, or do you?
No, I don't.
You just want to. You just want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll.
You know what? I'll look at the appraisal when it comes in.
Yeah.
And if I have any questions, I can always give you a call. I have your number here.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, the value that we've placed in the appeal form is an estimate because we don't have the appraisal yet, and we're happy to live with what's in the appraisal.
Okay, so I'll put this down here. Okay, waiting for appraisal. Well, let me ask you something. Tell me more about the I know it was on every one of these on Sasko Hill, so I'm just asking for just a little bit more clarification. The extra assessment that's on here, what's called your location adjustment on these properties, your client is not happy with those either, I'm guessing.
No, right, yeah.
And
sure.
you're saying that.
We're saying that we believe that neighborhood factor that's already in the adjustment for the neighborhood that's already been made would take into consideration the location already, so this would be a double dipping. And whether it's 100% of a double dipping or like a 50% double dip, either way, it's some form of a double dip on the neighborhood adjustment.
Okay, I got that down. Okay, very good. All right, then we'll be all set with this one. Let me put it aside though, because God knows if I'll ever get to see this again. Waiting. When do you think you'll have the appraisal?
I think we'll have it within the next week.
Okay, that's good. We'll still be doing this in another week. I think another 2 weeks, really. Not sure, but definitely another week. Okay, I'll leave the tape recorder on then, or the recording on someday.
Sure.
Okay, which next one did you want to do?
506.
Got it. Okay. All right, this is appeal number 335, 506 Sasko Hill Road. Thomas and Maren Hood are the owners. Adam Blank is appearing on their behalf. The town value is $7,525,351, and they're asking for a value of $6 million. We won't be swearing him in. He's an attorney. Okay. All right.
So you should have an appraisal
I
report.
think I do. Feels like it's in the packet. Okay. Yeah. Yep, I have it.
Okay. So on this one, a few different points. One is, again, as you said, the town is at $7.5 million. Our appraiser came in at $6 million. This one was $3.5 million in the prior reval, so it went up about 115% or so. So it's another one that's over 100% increase. We think it's high. Other factor to point out on this one is the client purchased this house in late 2020. So again, that's in that COVID era at the end of 2020 for $3.95 million. There was, we think the market probably went up a bit more since then, and they didn't put millions of dollars into the house since they purchased it. It stayed essentially as is, and so they bought it for $4 million. We're willing to say it's worth $6 now, but $7.5 seems very, very high for a 2020 purchase.
What happened on their, like the other guy that was in here, their improvement, or actually the house, they call it improvement, but it's really a house.
Right, the improvement.
There it is, the value of the building.
Yeah.
Building. Oh. Appraised building. So, I don't know what it was last time. I could check it out. Wait a minute. Maybe it's, if I look at the vision appraisal one, I'd be able to tell.
I think
I don't
that's
know
in
if
there
here.
too.
Yep, here it is. Okay, vision appraisal. It's a cool house. There we go, improvements. 2024, 2023. Oh, in 2023, they're saying the improvement, which is the house, on the house,
Yeah.
is $1,920,100. Now, in 2025, it's $3,721,000.
Yeah, double.
So how did it go up that much? How much was done to the house? They put a couple of $1 million into it?
No, it was new construction in 2009.
Okay.
So they put $150,000 in it from 2020 to present.
Okay.
Which was an elevator and screen. And while you're on the field card, once again,
But
it's the same issue with the location in the neighborhood adjustment.
I'm wondering, I won't take the time to do it now while you're sitting here, but when you leave, I'm going to go through these. I'm just going to at least try one of them and just say, okay, if I remove that location adjustment, how much of a difference does it make?
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
It'll probably be $1 million.
Now on this one, the house has a shared driveway with Country Club of Fairfield.
Oh, how unfortunate.
And it would be nice if it was it wouldn't be nice if it was the main one, it's the clubhouse, but it's actually shared with the maintenance shed, which is the next door neighbor. And so all the maintenance vehicles and the shed as your neighbor, in this price point, that's a sort of a negative influence factor.
Yep.
And,
okay.
The appraiser, again,
Let's take a look.
She's got 5 comps. They're
We're on Sasko Hill. Yeah.
Comp.
Okay.
And they're all closed sales.
Okay. Okay.
So, I think those are the comps. I mean, they're the best ones out there, and they are what they are. We thought the adjustments he made were reasonable, and then he explains them in the...
He explains them in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really important, because, when they see those huge adjustments of like $1 million, that's a problem.
Yeah, and he also does this, like, paired sales analysis stuff, where sometimes, like, you'll take a comp, and then you'll see, like, it's sold in the past, and then it's sold again.
Oh, yeah.
You
You
can
see the difference.
kind of, you can make some conclusions based on when the same properties, especially when 2 of them that are comps both sold in the previous place. So anyway, he kind of explains that in his report.
Okay. All right, good.
So that's that.
Okay, let me put this back together. Okay. All right, and then the last one, I think.
Last one, 768 Pascal.
Okay. This is appeal number 336, 768 Sasko Hill Road. Michael and Edith Blair are the owners. Adam Blank is appearing on their behalf. The town value is $8,761,555, and the ask amount is $6,200,000. Should we open this?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, this is what it came in. It was mailed in.
Oh, okay. And you have an appraisal report there, or no?
I think I do. It's 12:45, by the way. Okay, let's see. We're not signing you in. We're not, I'm swearing you, I mean. Okay, let's see if we have the appraisal report right here. Yeah, I have it. There it is.
So,
I'm going to guess that you're not happy with the lot that,
yeah, so a couple of things. Right, obviously the field card issue with the double dipping on the neighborhood factor and the location adjustment at 3.0 is a concern to us. The one thing that your colleagues will like, though, is that our appeal was filed prior to having an appraisal completed, and our appraisal came in at $7.1 million, which is higher than what we put on the form.
okay?
So whether you want to say that we're amending what we're asking, or whether you're saying that we
You're amending it
what's
to,
in the appraisal report.
okay, so you want 7 million.
7.1 is the number.
7.1. Okay,
Yeah.
probably somewhere else on here too. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay.
This one, somewhat similar to the last one. The Blairs purchased this house. The current owners purchased this house in 2021, so it's a relatively recent purchase. They bought it for 4.1. Then, according to the town, it's more than doubled since then. These folks did put money into the house, so I don't want to mislead you. They did put in close to $1 million.
Okay. It's 1 o'clock. This is appeal number 937, 2493 Reading Road, Igor Yozak. The town has valued the property at $2,628,800. They're asking for an amount of $2,200,000. Okay. Both husband and wife are here. It's let's see. Okay. I'm going to have to swear you both in. Okay. So please raise your right hands. You solemnly swear that the information you're about to give regarding this appeal shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now. Okay. All right. I wrote your name in because yours wasn't on here, so if you could sign next to it right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I'll have you sign up here.
There?
Yep.
Signature, right?
Yes, please. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, so, okay, ready to begin. You say you're overassessed. You brought an appraisal. Oh, and you're adjacent to the Newport Institute, a commercial medical facility serving as a treatment facility for adults with psychological and addiction issues. How lovely that they didn't tell everybody that's what they were doing when they were doing it. Okay, never mind. That's another story. Okay. Okay, all righty. So, okay, so what would you like to tell me?
Well, what I would like to tell you, not to discuss the merits of the case against the treatment center.
No, let's discuss the merits of the case.
Well, the fact that it's a commercial establishment, and in the litigation against them and the town of Fairfield, they have admitted that it is a medical facility. Therefore, it is a commercial entity operating in a residential area. And we do not live in this house. It's, for us right now, an investment property. We depend upon the income. It's basically about 80% of our income. About 2 months ago, the tenants we currently have discovered that this was next door, and they said to us, we're not sure we can continue to live here, meaning they might move out. So far, they haven't. They asked me to do some research for them regarding any kind of criminal behavior or dangerous activity, that would be happening next door because they have a 13-year-old daughter. I came here, I talked to the police here, and then I went across the street. And what I can see so far is that there are frequent calls to Newport. However, HIPAA laws prevent both the police and anybody else from telling me what.
That's interesting. I didn't think that the HIPAA laws have to do with the police department, because basically the police issues are public record issues.
Yeah, but...
So I'm surprised.
Right, well, true, but what the police have been doing is they go because they get 911 calls, and so hence...
Comes from medical, yeah.
It's of a medical nature for the most part. So that's why I think they can't. So in any case, I don't think so far that there have been any, let's say, robberies, because that I would have found out. However, it has impacted our rental property, and previously, in previous years, because we've owned the property for 4 years, we have had showings where the prospective tenants have known, and they say no. So that's part A of our reason for even a lower assessment than the one that is presented there.
Let me ask you this. How, when you rent it out, do you put it on the market or you do it privately?
On the market.
How long does it take to rent it?
Well, it depends. From
say maybe a year ago. Or how long has it been?
3 months. It took
three months to rent it.
Because people, again, we show it to, let's say, half a dozen people, and out of those half a dozen, 4 can say, nope, you're next to Newport, we have children, we can't do this. And in this case, these people didn't know. Why? Because a broker does not have an obligation legally nor ethically to talk about the neighbors.
Your broker or theirs?
Any broker.
They do have an obligation. I'm a broker.
Not. Well,
if you're representing, yours might not.
Mine does not. Because
unless somebody asks them, I don't think they have to tell. But the person representing the renter, the tenant, has to tell.
Well, this...
So lucky for you, she didn't tell.
She didn't tell, yeah. Okay. So that's part A. Part B is we are probably going to sell this property in the near future, and even possibly before they found out about Newport, to the tenants who are there. If the property sells for significantly less, and that is the reason why, then, is that fair to us? No. So those are the things that I wanted to say. Oh, and the third thing is, because of the proximity, the current tenants have asked us to install security systems, cameras, that under normal circumstances we would not have. So not only are we at the risk of losing income that's vital to us, we are actually having to spend more money than typically, one would in a residential neighborhood.
And I'm an architect, and in the worst case scenario, since the city allowed a commercial entity there, why do I not open a restaurant then?
You have a good point.
Because
it's a commercial building,
I
right?
mean,
Yeah. Yep.
Because it will be the only way out.
Mm-hmm.
If we are unable to sell, we're in big, big trouble.
You know, I have to agree with you, and I certainly understand the dilemma. I have to say, well, what does the appraisal say? Let's do that.
So.
Oh, you're going to speak. I forgot to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you're about to give regarding this appeal will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Let me put you on here. My mistake. Apologize. Okay. And your name?
Michael Parcell, Parsell, certified appraiser and state licensed real estate agent.
Yeah, I'll just have you sign right there.
Okay. So, as you know, along with the hardship of the neighbor over there,
Mm-hmm.
They are on Reading Road.
Yep.
It's an older home. So, there's not a lot of secret in the sauce. You're in real estate, so you know. So, it's all about substitution. So, my appraisal focused on a lot of Reading Road comps.
Mm-hmm.
So, there were enough available to,
okay.
For October 1st, 2025 appraisal. So when I looked for a few towns, and this is an isolated issue that they're dealing with. There's nothing in Westport. There's nothing in our neighboring towns, especially on a property.
Yes, because they're smart enough not to let it happen.
Yeah. So, they probably flew in over the night, but I also did bring in comps too that did not make it into my appraisal report.
Okay.
But plenty of comps, and if you look through them, real estate, so
Mm-hmm.
they're apples to apples, all up in the area, and I did an appraisal on this property the year before in October of 2024. It was $2 million. So October 1, 2025 was about $2.2 million. I'm not sure if I have that original appraisal date, but I've been to the house before.
I have it. I think I brought it.
Let me ask you this: if Newport Academy wasn't there, what would you appraise the house at?
That I don't know. So I did take it into consideration. Based on the comps, it was not that much. If that continues with the police presence and ambulance, I can tell you it could be anywhere from 25 to 50%. Because that's a major issue. And if they're coming up with this with the rental, see, this is kind of on the newer end. So as this matures and has some history to it, it's only going to get worse.
Right.
I can't look into the future to see what that's going to be, but it's definitely a hardship.
So for now, what did you think it was a difference of?
I think I found a comp like I figured it was probably about a 10%, but the 2.2 value is consistent with an appraisal that the owners received in just January, but they couldn't use that. We couldn't use that because it was not as of October 1st, 2025. Right. So they just had an appraisal done 6 weeks ago that came in at 2.2. It's consistent with my value.
Okay.
And from the previous, there was appreciation in the market, but this whole neighbor thing is a real moving target right now. It's a volatile issue, and it's not going to get any better unless they go. No. They're kind of dug in right now.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I had somebody come in. I didn't have them come in here, but I read the appeal online because I look at them all before people come in. I just do that.
Yeah.
And they're on Congress Street.
Right.
And they had same thing, right. Newport Academy. They've had some serious issues, although they were medical issues, not crime issues, related issues, but they had some serious issues there. They have a problem with the lights on all the time at night. It's just, they've had to get darkening shades, keep the shades down all night long because all evening and night when it's dark out, they've had people running around on their property and the police chasing them around in the middle of the night with spotlights. So it is not going to get better.
No.
Yeah. So the biggest challenge was I couldn't find a comp like that, and
they're not. Well, how can you?
They're not going to be there. So
you're not going to find it.
These I don't think you have, but I wanted to give these for the record. Yep. Yeah, and you'll be able to look through those.
Okay, Burr Street. I know where that one is. Yeah.
Burr Street. The number of cars in the driveway is.
They complained about that too.
Minimal 6 to 8 every single day.
They complained about that too. A lot of cars going in and out. Deliveries, things like that. All that stuff that goes along with it. Yeah.
And the other thing that, I don't know, this is minor, but we were told initially that it was for young girls.
Mm-hmm.
meaning teenagers. And in fact, the Institute is not the academy, and it is not. It is for women between the ages of 18 and 35.
Oh.
So it's adults now, not children, and that also makes the risk greater.
I could be wrong, but I think that originally when they proposed all this, before it was approved, I thought that I had read that it was a home for young girls with eating disorders.
Exactly. This is what they told.
So, okay, young girls with eating disorders, what's the big deal?
No big deal.
Unfortunately, they're one phone call away from a tenant that's got a problem with the neighbors, and the stone wall, they're wandering the property.
Well, that's it, yeah.
From really being a major, it's gonna amplify this whole situation tenfold.
It's one thing if you have a 14-year-old with an eating disorder. It's another thing if you have a 35-year-old who has a drug problem and needs some drugs.
Yeah, it's true. And we'll try to find them any which way they can, or try to find the money for them any which way they can. Yeah.
Or a ride, or anything.
Yeah, they need a ride, they'll take the car, yeah, I know.
So.
Yeah, every time we do one of these, we hear it. It's,
So my only alternative is to open a music venue in my town with alcohol and floor shows.
Yeah, maybe you could do, and a lot of music to drive them away, turn it right around on them, that's the only way, so. I'm sorry that happened to you, I'm sorry that happened to your property.
I am too.
It's a shame.
It is.
So.
Because it's a beautiful house, and the land is beautiful, and, so just last thing, in case you're interested, the Newport intends, so we've been fighting the case, it's, a group of people, and according to our attorney, the judge is going to rule in our favor that they did not, the town and Newport did not.
Are you doing a lawsuit against them, or is it a group lawsuit, or just you?
No, it's a group.
Good.
It's a group. And however, we already know that Newport intends to appeal.
Of course they do.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of money. It's a national, entity.
Well,
so this is not going to be resolved for.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, hopefully it'll get resolved before a lot of changes happen. Mm-hmm. Because at the state level, we're seeing every day, we're getting, reports that the governor's considering this bill and that bill, and it's all like deregulating the zoning and all this stuff. And it's like, you can't do this to people. Hopefully you'll get this settled while the zoning is still intact.
Right.
And that maybe the zoning law will be enough that like they were deceitful in their description of the property. They should be thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
Let them close it up and let the house sit there, and they'll sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it. You can't force them to move, but you can force them to not have people there.
Right.
Condemn it or whatever they have to do to it. Knock it, close it up, and then see what happens with the property after that. So I hope that you and your lawsuit, I'll wish you luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Nice meeting you.
Nice
meeting you all.
Thank you very much.
My
I
pleasure.
appreciate your
My
time.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I should tell you. I'm sorry. I always forget this. One of three things can happen. The board can look at this, read all this. I'll describe it in the best light I can.
Yeah.
I understand what's going on, so it's not a problem for me. We have an appraisal. That's always really helpful. That tends to lean toward, yes, we'll approve it. We can approve it the way you've asked for it. They can say, the board can say, no, we don't think it's 2-2, we think it's 2-4. Or they can say, no, we're not going to, listen, that's the way it is, we're just going to leave it. If you're not satisfied with the answer you get, you can go to court. This is different than going to court against This you go to it's in New Britain, you bring a lawyer, and you just argue out, the assessor will be there, the town attorney will be there, they just figure it out, they just offer you something. And you argue with them about it there.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that should have to go all the way out there, but that's where it is.
Okay, so there's one more.
So there's one more place you can go. You'll receive a letter in the mail telling you our decision. I don't know when. Normally you would get it in April because we meet in March to deliberate and go through all these. But there's over 900 appeals because of the way the taxes are. People got mad, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So it may take us until the beginning of May.
Okay.
And I don't know what they're going to do. But you're at the end of the appeals, so I think that it'll take. You probably won't hear till late April or May.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. But you will get a letter. It's the law. You have to get a letter.
Okay.
And then after you get the letter, I think you have 60 days to go to court.
Go if you really disagree.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming. Nice to meet you all. Thanks. You too. Yeah, hope we get out soon. Yep. Thank you.
I hope that you...
Okay. It is 1:30. Appeals number 30 and 31. We'll start with, which one did you want to start with?
1280.
We'll start with 30. We'll do them in order. Appeal number 30 is 1280 Fairfield Beach Road, owned by BBC LLC. Appearing on their behalf is Daniel Brennan.
And Richard Douglas.
Richard Douglas. Okay. All right. And you are part of the LLC.
I am.
Very good. I'll need to swear you both in. Please raise your right hands. You solemnly swear that the information you're about to give regarding this appeal should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I did.
That was quick. Okay. Okay. All righty. Okay, so this is vacant land. This is the creek side, basically.
That's correct.
Okay. Appraisal value per square foot is highest compared to the similar properties up and down the creek side. See attached. Okay? Now, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but let me show you this so you'll know in the future. Some point in the distant past, I'm going to say, maybe 2019, 2020, 21, something like that, near or around the time of the last reval, okay?
Yes.
The assessor has to come up with a formula every time we do a reval. I don't know if you're aware of that. He sends it to the state, they approve it, and then he plugs in his numbers. So he decided, and I don't know why, at some point, to take parts of town and recreate their neighborhoods. Because your appeal says, there's a difference in the value up and down the side, up and down Fairfield Beach Road, he split the street. Not side to side, but up and down. So at some point, for example, he has you in something called WPA 4 on this property. Two houses down, two properties down from there, it might change and to be WP3 or WP5, and the value then changes. So it's not, although it's one street and it should be one thing, there was a big fight over that the last time that shouldn't have happened. So that's one of the reasons why you'll see a disparity in some of the pricing, because it's a different neighborhood, according to him, not according to me. And by the way, I do not work for the assessor, completely independent organization or group. We're volunteers or we're elected officials. Either way, I'm one of the elected ones. We have some volunteers that are helping us because there's so many appeals. But we don't really have any association with the assessor's office. We have nothing to do with this. But I'm going to show you on the field card what it means, okay? Okay. If you were to look at my field card, let me try to pull one of these. All right, let's take this field card, okay? If you look at my field card, I do not live in the beach area. I live in the university area. Okay, here we go. Okay. So if you were to look at my field card, it would look like this one. Okay, you notice that on this card, everything stops here. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you get your value here.
Mm-hmm.
In certain parts of town, and the beach area is one of them, the assessor somehow took it upon himself to create a new neighborhood. And when he did that, not only did he create a neighborhood, but he gave it an additional adjustment in value. So where mine stops and this one stops here, and you come up with this number, your number is you have a number that would stop here, but then he adds this on and creates this. So that's part of the reason why they're a lot more expensive than they used to be. He somehow created this new thing, which then just costs more money, just so you know. Okay? I'm not saying it's right, and I don't agree with it, but that's part of the reason why. Because some of these places were.
When was that done?
This was done, I'm going to say,
The last
reval.
The last reval.
Yeah. 5 years ago, about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Okay? So that's when they started with this. Now, of course, the values have gone up since then, according to him. I don't know. But let's see what you have to say about that. Okay? So tell me what you want to tell me. I just wanted to point that out because most people don't know that exists.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Okay.
know that. What other things that happened is he combined properties.
Yes, and I did.
Across, taking this lots across the street into the property.
Do you know Rick
on the
Brower?
beach.
Do you know Rick Brower?
No.
He's got property like yours, both sides of the street. And he called me up and he was complaining about, I think he's doing his appeal, I don't know, but he was complaining about the same thing, that they took properties on both sides of the street and combined them into one lot.
Right.
Now, I don't know, I'm sure the assessor had something to do with it, but I don't know that it's all his fault because I checked with zoning, because I thought that was the way to go, because I was asking about his. And they said that they were able to do it. I don't know if it's true or not, just know what I was told. They're able to do it because Fairfield Beach Road itself, the street itself, is really an easement,
Perpetual.
not an actual street. They are kind enough to maintain it for you all,
Right.
but they don't really have to, but they do. And so they can then say, well, it's really not two pieces of property. It's really one piece of property with this road running through the middle of it.
Right. The fire department couldn't get down to the very end.
Right.
When it all started.
So
That's why
they combined them. They said they had the right to do that. Do I believe that they do? No. Because his complaint was it was two different deeds, two different tax bills, and now it's one. They just.
Right.
But when did they decide to do that? I don't know when that started.
Well, some of the properties happened between 2019 and now, because I know, So, I mean, our next door neighbor used to have two separate properties, and then his is one now. Ours is still two separate properties.
Right. Oh, you still have the two. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting concept. Why?
So,
okay.
What I based our appeal on is that we used the values for this year's appraisal, which I know that property values have gone up because of from COVID and all the people coming in and driving the prices up. So our appeal is based on an apples to apples comparison of very similar properties in close proximity to ours.
Can you build on this property?
a garage.
Only a garage.
With an attic above for storage. That's it.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a structure there in like 1956.
But it's been a ruling in the past. I don't know if it's still a ruling.
Okay.
I've seen some properties being built on that look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, the premise here is I only took property that looked the same
Similar.
as ours.
Okay, that's
with,
good.
Separate addresses, and different values. And we used the field card values, which shows the increased appraisal up and down, the whole town.
So you're saying that the comps you picked here
The comps I picked,
are similar, and even in fact that they have two separate addresses, two separate
and there are
field
no
cards.
structures.
There's what?
There are no structures on the property because the structure. I didn't want any structures, influencing the value. So they're just empty parking lots, is what they are. So our property is 1280. 1290 is several properties down.
Yeah, why is yours so high?
Well, that's what I asked. So, I mean, so I said, there is no real science to this appraising, so I took the high and the low bid out, and I based our property based on an average of the remaining, rather than just, I would love to have it at $34.24.
I'm sure you would. Who wouldn't?
Versus the $83.59 per square foot. But
that's your square foot price. This must be the size.
Yep.
And then this is the appraisal worksheet. So this is from the town. Yep. Yes, that's what the town says it's worth. Okay.
Right. So I believe our property should be appraised at $72,770, as they say on.
And we're saying that because, is that an average or?
That's the average. I dropped the very high, $83, and the very low, $34, and then averaged the remaining properties to get a price per square foot, which is this worksheet here.
Mm-hmm.
And then took that times the square footage that we have. And I say our proposed appraised value should be $72,770 versus the $83,585.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
So,
all right.
That's the logic and how I did it. And I'd love to have it at the $34.
Well, who
wouldn't?
So really, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, who wouldn't want that, right?
Yeah. Okay, let me put your name on this one, Richard. Okay. All right. All set with that one.
Okay.
Appeal number 31, 1281 Fairfield Beach Road.
That's correct.
Owned by BBC LLC. Town value $1,384,652, and the ask amount is $995,643. Appearing today are Daniel Brennan and Richard Douglas.
That's correct. That's correct.
All right. I'm not going to swear you in again. Okay. Okay, so now on this one, counts for 99% of appraised value. As a value per square foot is second highest compared to, okay, all right. Okay, on this one,
Yeah, can I give a little bit more background?
yeah, just a second.
Yes,
See, now,
go
let me show you what I was talking about before, though.
Yes,
This is a
fine.
different address, right?
Right.
But it's across the street, and so you're on the water side here.
Sure.
So now, instead of that WP4, now you're this, which is at a higher value.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Just so
logical.
you know.
That's
It's logical.
logic, because
It's logical in a way,
Beachside
but,
versus
yeah,
Creekside.
it's logical in a way, but the
I
house right
understand.
next door to you might be a different one. So that's what, because
It could be a different.
yeah, it could be a whole different neighborhood, because
I
he
got
split
you.
the street, God knows where he did it, he just picked the number, and went, okay, we'll split it here, gotta do it somewhere, and so their value could be more
How do
or
you get
less
away
than yours.
with that? That's,
You know, because here's the problem, he's completely unsupervised and he's out of control,
yeah.
as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
yes.
And he just does what he wants, and he uses the excuse that he has to send his method of how he's gonna do it into his formula, into the state, and they have to approve it. But if we know the state, do we really trust them? No.
No.
So, I used to work for a nursing agency, and we used to be inspected by the state all the time. We had standards we had to meet.
Oh, yeah.
And what they used to say was, it's the lowest standard possible that the state requires. We have a higher standard. Because they do. Meantime, he doesn't give them the numbers of things. They don't look and say, oh, you valued this at this number. They just look at some kind of formula, and so they accept it. That's always, and so when he goes to the Board of Finance, I've heard him go, and he says, well, I sent my numbers to the state, and they approved it. Well, you sent your method to the state, but they didn't approve everybody's assessment. So that's how he gets away with it. It's very unsupervised.
Right.
No one watches what he's doing.
Right.
Okay, so now what do you want to tell me about this one?
Same logic as we used on the Creekside is that we have a bungalow on the beach, 900 square feet.
No,
You know,
600.
Oh, my goodness.
690 square feet.
99.
Okay.
All right. So the value.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
value is all land. It's 1%, which is another thing, is they dropped the value of the structure by $10,000.
Yeah,
Which I don't understand that, but
It's 125 years old,
yeah,
approximately.
right. And so we used the same field cards for the 12 properties that I chose. I had a broader example because there were similarities up and down the beach. The properties, three of the properties share a common, this is our beach, by the way, for the last 15 years. Those are slipper shells.
I was just going to say, what is that? It's not sand.
Those are slipper shells. And there's
5 feet tall.
a breakwater.
It can be 5 feet tall sometimes.
Yeah.
The drop from our patio down is like 6 feet
Oh, to the sand.
to the sand.
Yes.
And
To the shells.
the shells are
maybe-
up to the patio, so there's 5 to 6
Yeah.
feet of shells
Yeah.
as far out as you can see. And it's caused by a breakwater. If you lived on the left side of the breakwater, the beach is beautiful, all the way out, and all sand.
Yeah.
You live to the right side, this is ours.
It's a rough jetty.
And we share a common brick patio with 3 of the properties, well, there's 4, but the 3 of the properties that I presented, because, they have separate addresses for across the street, parking lots, and on this way. So I tried to get as similar properties as I could with the same similar survey. So the million
Can I ask you something? You said on one side of the jetty it's the sand is much nicer, actual sand, and you guys don't.
Yeah.
You don't happen to know the address of that house on the other side of the jetty, do you?
No, I do not.
Not off the top of my head.
The Army Corps of Engineers who put in that rock jetty have admitted that they screwed it up.
It's too high.
Because it's way too high. Because like high tide, every other jetty on Fairfield Beach, the high tide water goes over.
The
it.
water goes over,
There's
and it
no
levels the sand on each side.
It's
If you
a
didn't look
hurricane.
just down to our right,
Yeah.
the jetty is low, and the water just goes over, and it levels the sand. This one is so high, it comes in and scoops all the sand.
Yeah.
When we first moved there, from our patio, it was that much drop. It is now 6 feet.
We had 70 feet of pristine sand.
Pristine sand.
Now we have maybe.
There are pictures
20.
of our neighbors that had cows out, out there. There are actually pictures. There were cows out, further out.
Oh my God.
That's how much erosion has happened,
They used to be called the cows.
Oh.
So, this is what our beach looks like for the last 10 to 15 years. And now again, we raised the price like this.
The reason I was asking if you knew the address of that house is because if I knew that, I could look up what he was valuing that one at and compare it to yours.
Well,
If not so much the house, because the house might be different, but the land itself.
Yes.
How many feet of beachfront, if you want to call it that, do you actually have? Do you know?
I'd go 20 to 25 feet.
25, 20.
From 70.
You used to have.
High tide comes up 50 more feet.
No, I think
Then-
she's talking about left to right.
I'm talking left to right, like with how much?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Left to
Do
right.
you have an idea, a guess?
Yeah, it should be on the field
Should be.
card there. Probably on the field card.
We share walkways on both sides.
20 feet.
20 feet of width?
There's 20 feet
Okay.
on the field card. I'm interpreting that correct? Lee?
Okay.
So just for these properties have separate addresses, that's the one I chose them, and then just show. So again, this is the same
I'm going to
logic.
need this.
Yes, no, right. I've just used the same logic as we did across the street.
Now,
go ahead.
And there may be some in there, so I'm just making the statement first. The issue with this side, rather than the other side is those properties aren't sold. Okay, they pretty much don't get sold. Right? They go with the house, whatever.
Yeah.
So they don't get sold on their own, is what I mean.
Not quite so true lately.
Some of them.
Some of them do?
They've built 4 houses that I know on just the creek
Different
side.
owners?
I believe.
Okay. Well, then I guess. Okay. I guess what I was going to get at, which I won't matter now, but let me say this. When we're looking for fair market value, which is what we're looking for, this is what our job is,
Yes.
fair market value. Square foot price doesn't help us, even though it makes it a good argument and you can work it out that way. We're looking for sold comparable properties. So are any of the properties you're showing me, have any of them been sold since October of 2024 at a price that would be closer to yours than what the assessor says yours is worth? You don't know?
Have that.
On the creek side.
No, this is on the water side.
The water side. I don't.
There's only one house that I can think of that's comparable to ours, and it's our next door neighbor.
Okay.
And they're 700 square feet.
And it didn't sell?
They
Nothing.
haven't sold it either. They've owned it.
Is that one on here?
No, and the reason it's not on here is because they combined the properties. And it would change the values of the land.
Yep.
So that was the thing that.
Okay,
was,
well, let's talk about the square foot price then.
Right. So you can see that, from top to bottom, our property is the top one at $421 a square foot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1291 is 2 houses over from us, and that's $427 a square foot. Same beach, because we have a common patio.
Mm-hmm.
1271 is $408 a square foot.
And this is the land we're talking about?
This is only land.
Only land.
Yeah, because our structure of the 1.384 by 6 is $14,500.
Okay.
All right. So. Yeah. So that's at $408 a square foot. 1355, which is down towards the end of the road, is $404, and you can see, you can read the numbers. You get down to 1097. Where's 1097?
Here it is, I got it.
1097 is one of the most beautiful pieces of property on the whole beach. Just next to Mrs. Damerman's house. I don't know if you know any of that. And that's $123 a square foot. It's got a gorgeous beach, land all around it, parking, everything.
The blue door.
And that's $123 a square foot. The next 1127 is 149. Then 225, 340. I mean, so again, the same logic. 1281 land is 99% of the appraised value is land. 12 sample will reflect varied values of land up and down the beach. I didn't take real close to the reef because it's rocky beach. It's not, and then all the way at the end, there's no beach or rocks, right? I dropped the too high and the too low to get an average price per square foot at $301. And so I'm saying that our land should be worth $981,143.
Okay.
Which takes our value from 1,384,652 down to 995,643.
Okay.
That's the logic that I use. I mean, it seems arbitrary on land value when on the beach side, it's the land. It's
the land.
Well, I mean, some of the.
Has anyone ever offered to buy your property?
No.
Lately? No?
Nope.
I wonder how hard it would be to build on it.
We've owned it for 39 years.
Yeah, we have no interest in selling it.
No, I know, I'm just.
I understand that when we bought it with 10 partners. We're down to 5 because we had parents and everybody involved. And we use it as a beach club for our kids. So our kids are the first cousins and best friends, and now our grandkids are first cousins and best friends. So we use it for is
it's a locker.
It's a locker.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, they can go to the beach.
And the price keeps going.
Has it been updated at all?
No. Well, it's been winterized.
Winterized, but
nothing.
Right. It was just a shell when we bought it, so we had to put electricity in, heating in, everything. Toilet.
Yeah.
But now it's so it's how old is the kitchen, the bathroom, things like that?
Well,
Sandy came and remodeled our kitchen for us.
Yeah, I did that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, we probably made it winterized 38 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying, she asked when it was modernizing. It was Sandy. Sandy.
Yeah. Normally,
I'll tell you. Water,
I'll tell you this. What did you have, halfway up?
Yeah. So we had
This is a different picture?
Yeah, it's the same. Yes, the same. It's a different picture. Now, yeah, that's the best.
Oh.
That's the best beach we have.
Oh, I need that too.
You got it.
Now we're getting 2 lines of shells. The ones up by our patio, against our patio, and then you go down to the high tide mark. You've got another 4 or 5 feet you have to walk through. You got to wear shoes.
So it's not like anybody's going to go sit out there on the beach.
There's no beach to sit. You're sitting on top of the pile of shells.
It
It
used to be so nice.
Pristine.
Nobody ever was on the patio.
Everybody's on the sand. Sure.
Everybody's on the sand.
Now we're on the patio.
You know, I'm going to be honest. Also, I'll take this information. We meet as a group. There's 9 people this year on the board because we needed extra people because so many appeals. So we'll meet and discuss it, and then the board will vote on whether or not to grant the appeal.
Okay.
They grant the appeal, fine. They might say, no, that's too low. No, it's worth more than that, and they'll give it a number. Or they might just say, no, I'm not going to, no, there's no reason. I don't see a real good reason why. And so they will leave it alone. If you're not satisfied with the answer that you get from the board, you can go to court. And I don't know that it's, I mean, I would go, that's just me, but I'm crazy that way. I would go. But I will tell you this, it's gonna be, I think the session's over.